So, what's up, guys? So I'm in charge, and that means we're talking about absolutely nothing. I'm kidding. We're glad to be here. Obviously, Will can't make it because he's lazy, because he's got to work.
Yeah, that
Job or
work
whatever.
thing, that job work thing
What a
that
lazy son of a
helps
gun.
him pay. Helps us pay for our stuff.
Exactly. Hey, no, but glad to be here. My show is not as structured as Will or even Jimmy's show on Godlike Statues. Mine is more whatever whoever's in the chat say stuff that you want us to look up. Same with Jacob and Lane, and we'll go from there. Let's have some fun, have some drinks, and let's fucking do it. So, how you doing, Lane?
I'm here, feeling a little bit because thanks to Sideshow, I pre-ordered 3 Hot Toys figures this week, and I was just
Nice.
why am I doing this all of a sudden? Because I've been nice and controlled for as much as I can, but now I'm up to 18 stupid pre-orders.
Yeah, there we go.
So I'm controlled on the statues. On the other thing, it's field day, so it's not like I'm actually saving money.
Yeah.
But other than that silliness that I did this week, things are going good. I am very much annoyed by next week on Wednesday, which we can talk about a little bit later. I am
For sure.
mega aggravated. Other than that, though, my work week sucked. And then I got a terrible migraine yesterday. So I had to leave work early for half a day. And then lie on my bed going, why does my head feel like a jackhammer is going off in it?
At least it's a Friday. You got to leave early with a headache. Exactly. You know what I mean?
Good day to get sick.
Well, that is true. Yeah, I know. But I already been at work for 6 hours. And
it really was a missed day.
Yeah. And then, I had somehow just my cat got into opened one of the doors to one of my glass cabinets and curled up and was asleep inside of one of my glass container. I don't know how he figured out and do it or something. I've never happened in 5 years, man. And he was just curled up asleep under the bottom. And I'm like, get the fuck out of there. And then I had to chase him into the other bedroom, close the door, and then clean out all his stupid hair. And then I don't have any figures on the base floor, so he didn't knock over anything. He just went in it and fell asleep like a Nimrod. Mm-hmm. But other than that, bottles of joy this week. Awesome. It's been really good, and we've had some pretty cool stuff come up for pre-order, or had kind of revealed here in just this week too. So
yep,
with no Prime 1 orders.
No Prime 1 orders yet.
Isn't there two things in the world guaranteed? The sun rises in the west, and there's going to be at least one Prime 1 pre-order for the week. That just is the clockwork of the world.
There we go. And so we have a special guest. We'd love to have him when he's on. The man, the myth, the legend, the beard, the drinker, the statue collector, Lord of the Rings collector, aficionado.
Hold on. I'm taking one umbrage.
What's going on, Lane? Come on now.
Yeah, no. See, I'm taking umbrage with the first term. Look right down there. What does that say?
What?
It says Legendary Lane.
Okay.
There's only one legend on this screen. Okay.
What Lane's trying to say?
So I'm just because it's a self-anointed title of legendariness that the rest of the world is not actually aware of, except for those who read it here. So maybe at most 100 people in the world.
Let me just say this though.
In terms of
he can keep the legend part because that means he's just calling himself old. So there we go. I'm kidding. But interrupted me. Last part, Jacob Rep. Welcome to the show, man. Again.
Thank you. No, I'm trying to figure out how to fucking connect my YouTube so I can say hi to these motherfuckers in the comments.
Yeah, I gotta get my phone too to do that shit.
I'm too fucking old. I can't figure it out.
First off, we have had Juan Ortega. Thank you very much for joining us tonight. We also have Carl as well, who's joined us. I'm sure we'll probably have some more pop in as the day goes on. Just because this is kind of last minute, no unboxing tonight. Yep. But lots of stuff. I managed to join a new group today. Nice. Got to see some things that look interesting. The I think for obviously there's many different types of collectibles in the world. From you could collect watches to you could collect coins. We do statues and figures or whatever, like that kind of stuff. Whatever scale you're talking about. It is amazing sometimes really just how many options from IPs, whether it's more like fan art, custom creations, licensed stuff, whatever. It does feel like there's more characters now, whether 3rd scale statue to the 12th scale figure, like Marvel Heroes or something, or whatever they're called. I forget the 12th scale.
Marvel Rivals.
Legends. You know, there are characters being made and stuff that you never thought you'd actually maybe see in a figure form. I just literally saw, which I think is a crap company, Super 7, is doing Silverhawks figures. They're terrible. They've been doing Thundercats for years now, but they're doing Thundercats figures. And there is one character that I remember from that show because it was like the redheaded stepbrother to Thundercats. Mm-hmm. But I remember that show, other than had some really goofy looking bad guys like Monstar. But who would turn.
Which show are you talking about? Thundercats?
No, it was a offshoot made by the same animation company called Silverhawks. It was a similar setup, but they were in outer space as kind of intergalactic.
I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
But there's been a character I've been waiting because I remember the character for just whatever reason. It was there was for the Silverhawks, there was a guy called Bluegrass who was kind of their pilot for their ship who used a guitar. So he was like a cowboy. He flew in space as a metal cowboy-hatted hawk looking dude. And his direct polar opposite of the intergalactic mob led by Monstar and the Moonstar of Limbo is he had an evil chick called Melodia who basically looked like fucking Cyndi Lauper from 1985, but she was green haired, had crazy like glasses that looked like, you know, music signs, and she used a keyboard thing and shot killer blaster rays from it. It looked like
wait.
Like
you want one of these statues or one of these figures?
Her design this figure of this character has, I don't know why, but she was like evil space Cyndi Lauper. And my sister who was a little bit younger than me was really into that teen musician back in the mid-80s. She was really big. She was like, you know, with Hulk, with like Wendy Richter and the rock and wrestling stuff, 84, 85, all that kind of stuff. But I remember.
How shitty are those cartoons when you go back and watch them?
They are really terrible. I mean, I've watched some of the G.I. Joe episodes and everything, like, terrible. You know, because they go on YouTube. And the Deke, like you said, now they got a lot worse. No, when Deke did them, that was like the late 80s, early 90s. They were really stupid. They made the first G.I. Joe stuff by Sunbow look like fucking like Game of Thrones quality versus.
The only good thing about G.I. Joe is the ending when they're telling kids not to like smoke dope and
don't or you know what? It's a very bad idea. It's a very bad idea to go run up and grab like power lines that are down on the ground because you barbecue.
Yes.
Like, you know, I mean, that was the deep lessons of life.
That is so funny. I didn't know that G.I. Joe did that.
Oh, yeah. Almost all those shit, especially like early mid-80s, like 84, 85. They did that because that's how they were able to.
Because they kill all the bad guys with guns and then don't do.
Well, no. See, the big thing was they always had to make and G.I. Joe was pretty violent. I mean, if you go back and look at it, you are kind of like, God damn, this is kind of violent. Thinking it's supposed to be like 7, 8-year-olds are supposed to be what now. It's more hilarious. Like if you go back and watch. Like, say if you guys might remember Voltron, like they just put up that figure for the legendary Defender, the 10th anniversary figure. But the original 80s one was based off 1980 Go Lion. I've watched the original Go Lion series because it got released on like DVD years ago, like maybe 15 years ago.
Dude, you were dropping names I've never heard of before. Go Lion.
That was what Voltron, Defender of the Universe, was based off. That was the Japanese series. But like, the Japanese series, you're like, this is supposed to be 8 to 9-year-olds. Like, one of the main characters gets killed. Like he gets stabbed in the back and everything. And they like reveal that because there was always felt like Prince Lotor, who was one of the main bad guys, he was obsessed with the princess of the team, Princess Allura. But there was always a weird vibe for why he was so like praised about her. Well, you find out in the show like much later in the series, like toward like the last 10, 12 episodes of it, that in the Japanese version, Prince Claim, when he was a little kid, basically saw his father, King Zarkon, which was the U.S. version, basically strangled her to death with him watching.
That's
and murdered
badass.
in front of it. And she, well, the thing, no, what makes it really messed up is because she's a blonde that looked very similar to how the princess looks. So the prince has a very deep thing because of the trauma that he got. And this is a kid's show. And there are tons of people who die very violently. Like a bunch of women get killed and stuff like that. It's crazy.
Right.
I mean,
how do you remember all this shit? That's why you're legendary. How do you remember all these names?
I don't know. I watched Voltron. That was one of my favorite shows. Like when I was like, I was like, God, like 8 or 9. I would watch it, but I've seen the Japanese. I didn't see the Japanese, like the actual version, until they released it here, like in maybe the 2000s, mid 2000s. But it's crazy. Like I see why they edited stuff because I don't know. I was a little bit like, how did they bring this over? It was so ridiculous. I'm like, this was because it came out in like 1980 or something in Japan. Mm-hmm. So it was 4 or 5 years old by the time it came over here. But I watched it and I was like, how did somebody watch that? How was this for like 8-year-olds in Japan? I don't get it. For kids and like it's like a monster like pouring blood over it or something like that. And I'm just murdering tons of innocent slaves and stuff, just hacking them to pieces.
This sounds like my kind of show. I might have to.
Oh, it's crazy. Well, how they got around like the evil empire, they turned like the aliens basically said they were robots. Even though like it doesn't actually make any sense. Like you watch it now and you're like, they're sitting in the crowds watching this like gladiatorial battles, and there's male and female versions of the men and women versions of the aliens. And like, because these guys would get blasted and shot in the face and like, die horribly. So they made the robots. But I was just looking at the Galra. That was their Japanese name. So you might remember Netflix had the version of the series from like 2016 to 2018. It was a little bit more anime, modern kind of series version of it, Voltron Legendary Defender. That one was interesting because they actually had like they used for some of the characters, like Zarkon was called Zarkon, but the race was called the Galra, which was their Japanese name. So they actually combined it. Like one of the characters was Hagar, the witch, in like the US version. She was called Witch Honorba or Honora. Yeah, Honorba in the Japanese version. So eventually they reveal Hagar is actually Honorba. So they actually use both of her names.
Hey, can I just interrupt real quick, Lane? Right. I love how backstage, Jacob, he was like, we can start the whole show with Marcos geeking out on episode 1 of One Piece and everything. Now look at Lane. He's taking over the show with fucking He's blaming on me, but he did it.
I'm only thinking about this mostly because that figure popped up and they put up that Voltron from Blitzway. That figure, which is the Voltron.
I'm just saying. I'm just throwing out that you try to put something on me and you actually did it.
Well, the problem was I realized I was giving you possibly an invitation, so then we might be here for 2 hours.
No,
so I got to get in. But let's pull up.
Did you get that Blitzway Voltron then? Did you PO that?
I didn't like Voltron Legendary Defender. I watched like the first 2 seasons. Voltron Legend of Fairy was a reboot update for Netflix from like 2016 to 2018. I like the original 80s Voltron. Even though that one really doesn't hold up very well, the animation, because it's even, the actual animation is even older. But they did a second season and introduced an evil queen villain. They got the company did the Japanese version to do another 20 episodes. I mean, it was different, than the Japanese version. All the bad guys died at the end of the series. Like, they're all killed. But they didn't die in Voltron the first season. But they introduced, like, a second villainess called Queen Merla, who is a similar race as the Galra. And she was supposed to marry Lotor, but Lotor wants nothing to do with her because he's obsessed with the princess. And she has evil robots, too, except they're pink. So they're female robots, so they're pink. I was like, everything was working until I saw her goon robots, and I was like, why are they all pink?
WNBA of bad guys. So
yeah, I know, and none of them get killed. Like they're female robots that are clearly divided as female robots. None of them get killed. The still the Galra guys who are supposed to be robots get vaporized and stuff, but they don't. But yeah, Voltron's not. Robots. Yeah.
Oh no, Voltron. I don't know anything about it. I know it's a Japanese property, and there's some animes and there's some like live action cartoons about, not cartoons, live action like shows.
Well, there's a live action movie that's supposed to be coming with him.
Kind of like Power Ranger shows, right? Like kind of like the same type of vibe.
Yeah, well, they were definitely influenced. For each other, because you guys know Power Rangers, like with the big giant robot and stuff like that was not. Yeah, those weren't actually in the original Super Sentai series, like in the earlier 70s. It was actually the first series, like kind of that type Tokatsu, their hero Tokatsu series that had the big robot, which was the basis for later ones in the 80s having them. No, fucking Spider-Man.
Oh, there we go. Is it Japanese Spider-Man?
There's a Japanese live-action Spider-Man. Yeah, no, that's hilarious because I've watched a few episodes of it. I mean, the guy, the first time he's introduced, he calls himself the emissary from hell. I'm like, wait a minute, I am the emissary from hell. I am Spider-Man. And I'm like, that doesn't sound very heroic. Like, I'm coming from hell to kill you. Okay. And then he uses machine guns and sometimes on some of the bad guy goon robots and stuff. It's weird. But that was one of the first shows that had like the giant, he would summon not every episode, I don't think, but he would summon a giant robot. They had a problem in the show though, when they were making it, like it was licensed from, Marvel and stuff so they could make it. The problem they had was like halfway through production of the show, somebody stole the robot suit.
That's fucking badass.
Stole it, and they've never found it to this day. Hey guys, how are you doing? Hey Jake.
Hey Jake, they figured out you fucking boomer.
Yeah, but what was hilarious? So they still did a lot of the battle. They still almost for the entire show had like giant robots summon fight the supersized monster. So they had to reuse the same footage over and over and over and over again. A lot of times you wouldn't see the suit in the same scene with the monster, so that they could reuse some of the same action shots and everything just because someone stole the suit. That's hilarious. But I just find it hilarious. Everything we assert, because obviously we were introduced to Power Rangers much after, even just the Power Ranger Super Sentai version of that stuff. Was in the 90s, which already been around, 15 years.
Power Rangers still on?
Yeah. Well, not here.
Really?
Tokatsu Super Sentai is still going. Yes. It's nearly been canceled, though, several times, over the decades. But but the year before Zeo Ranger, which is the one that became Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, was the basis for Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. It was a dinosaur themed one. The year before that, the show that was supposed to air was supposed to be the last season because the ratings were not good, which was Jetman. And Jetman was one they were originally looking at to be the series, they would use as the basis for Power Rangers at the beginning. But it was so dark and violent they couldn't use it. Like in the first episode, you watch a girl, what looks like she's maybe the pink, like the main Pink Ranger character. She's the love interest for the guy who's the Red Ranger. She gets sucked in outer space and dies in the first episode when the evil mutant bad guys attack. And,
what should have happened to Princess Leia? But then she could fly in space.
Don't get me started. I got actually somehow I think what was I? It was something I was watching that was about a video thing. A guy who does videos and was talking about the Force Awakens the other day. Like on Thursday, I watched a video for it.
Oh yeah, that great.
And it was a bit and how much he liked it because he saw it 8 to 9 times. He's an older guy. He's like,
is he a fucking idiot?
Like this stuff.
It's the new hope, a better coat of paint. That's all it is.
Yeah, but it was just funny because it got think. No, the problem was he got me thinking about. I hit like my fan fiction mode, where I was thinking to myself, hey, you know what would have made? I would just started going because I don't really hate The Force Awakens. I actually enjoy The Force Awakens. It's just a movie I can sit down and watch. It's The Last Jedi that everything goes off the rails.
And the fucking
Lane, you lost all credibility when you said
no. Now to just be fair, The Force Awakens and rating all the 11 Star Wars movies now we have is in the bottom 3 or 4. It's just these days I still don't like. I put it actually probably in front of.
Let me just help you out here. Wait, let me help you out here. When it came out, The Force Awakens definitely gave Star Wars some hope because it wasn't dog shit. It
had me hope for what could be. But I don't like it as much anymore as when it first came out.
Yeah, but I'm saying when it first came out, you could at least say this. I'm excited for the next movie because they at least set up a lot of stuff. The ending was shit.
I hate The Last Jedi.
Yeah, but just put it this way.
I hate The Last Jedi. You have to understand. Maybe it's because the next movie. Yeah. I hate it so much. I can barely emphasize. I don't like to say the term.
Worse, which is hard.
This is where it's hard for me. It's hard for me to get across for the fact is that I try not to use the word hate.
I will say hate
for something. Yeah, I try not to use that because that is a super extreme word that you have to that should be something. But
I fucking hate The Last Jedi.
I hate The Last Jedi so much. Terrible. That may be the movie, the only movie I can think of. And I mean at the time it came out. I mean, our attitudes can change over years or something a little bit too. But the old movie I can think of where I saw it at the time and I disliked it almost as much, and I don't dislike it as much, but in that same category is when I saw Alien 3 back in 1993. Because I loved the end, and I saw it in movie theaters.
I'm not even joking. Me and my friend, we almost left the movie theater during The Last Jedi because it's so fucking bad. If you're going to walk out of a Star Wars movie, that's fucking.
I walked out of Rise of Skywalker. I looked at my friends. I was with 4 friends, and Last Jedi. I looked at them, and we didn't say a word. We looked at each other, and we just started laughing. This is fucking horrible, dude.
See, this is where I'm caught.
And we're all high and drunk too, right?
I mean, we're just gonna agree. I like, and I'm just gonna say, I don't think it's a better movie necessarily, but I like because I'm able to sit through and watch it. I like The Force Awakens better than The Phantom Menace. I do not like The Phantom Menace at all. I think it's a boring, terrible.
I'll give them Lane.
I'll agree with you on that, except for the ending with Darth Maul fighting.
That's the thing. That's why
music.
There are parts of Force. See, I don't think The Force Awakens is a good movie from a storytelling perspective, but there are moments that I like in it. I really enjoy Harrison Ford as Han. I think he's got some funny moments. Now, I feel Han original trilogy. Unfortunately, I feel like I'm channeling Return of the Jedi Han a little bit more in that goofy Han a little bit.
Yeah.
But there are enough moments in it I like it, but I don't think the story's anything to write home about. See where
let me help you out again, Lane. I know people in the chat. If you're getting annoyed with this, I get it. This is Shenanigans.
I know. Let me just make one, and then we can connect this then because I was meaning so we could talk about the Boba Fett.
No, I got you. No, but I'm going to say my point after
this. Yeah. I was just going to say just saying how much you hate the rise of Skywalker the most of the 3. Now this is where I'm different with you because I'm glad Jacob probably not hearing this because he might see. It's hard for me to explain. See, the thing is that I think Rise of Skywalker has the worst story and plot between the two. However, where I can say I think I get Last Jedi. I think has a better telling the story. Like it makes sense from the story that it's trying to tell. I don't think it's a good story, but things make sense of what it is.
I know you're trying to say there's
Right,
actually
where I think Ryan
shitty structure.
Yeah, but it's not good and it doesn't make sense in or what it does connecting from the first movie. But I'm saying I see the story it was trying to tell and it makes sense for the story it's trying to tell.
Yeah.
Now that doesn't mean there aren't some stupid points like Can of Blood.
Lane, what you're trying to say is this. Let me just say this. Well, Lane's saying that Last Jedi is a functioning alcoholic at work. The fucking Rise of Skywalker is a fucking
it's just
homeless person on the street that's drugged up out of like. There's no structure.
Yeah. Well,
no story.
The thing is, Rise of Skywalker I dislike because there is no coherence. There is no story.
There's literally nothing there. There's no build up to anything. It's dog shit. Yeah. It's the worst thing that's ever been made.
Yeah,
in Star Wars.
but I like Rise of Skywalker better than The Last Jedi because no. But we're talking like eating something that makes you have to go to the bathroom on the toilet and like crap out like 2 pounds of 2 or 3 pound turd versus something that's making you have diarrhea.
Mark. I'm the theme on this show. Jacob knows and Lane knows. I'm always right. Okay, no matter what, I'm always right. Okay, so I'm like a toxic feminist. Okay, I'm always
that
right.
That may be the best thing that I will read the entire rest of the year. Okay, that is definitely getting told to William. Marcos is LeBron sexual. Oh yeah, that's definitely okay.
It's how old you guys are. The meme is
It's
how old you guys are.
That's good.
The meme is Braun sexuals, not LeBron sexuals. It's Braun sexuals. I know the joke. Get it right, Mark. Come on, boomers. No, but dude, Mark, if you didn't walk out of fucking The Last Jedi, I don't know what to tell you. I've not The Last Jedi, Rise of Skywalker.
I think you're just hoping that it gets better. You're just hoping.
Yeah.
It doesn't.
Let me just ask you, Jared.
It got worse.
How do you have a movie where you do a shock, murder a character, it looks like, and then show them alive literally the next scene? You don't even skip a scene. You don't even show anybody sad for like 5 minutes scene and in despair. You literally show them the next scene. Oh, they're fine. So it's like you feel like, have you ever sat through a movie? Now, I'm sure we've sat through a movie that does this, but where you can just think off the top of your head, where literally you feel like an idiot, like within 30 seconds of feeling sad or being tricked by the movie, you went, God, I was a moron. They didn't they made you feel something for 5 seconds. You're like, oh my God, Ray killed Chewie. Like you might be mad at it, but I'm just saying, but you're also like shocked and like, oh, maybe they're doing something where they're going to actually do something with Rey's character where she's going to have some kind of emotional.
Wait, Rey killed Chewie? I don't remember any of this shit, dude.
When he's supposed to be in the transport and she shoots the Force lightning and blows it up, and she thinks she's killed it.
I don't remember. I just remember
from the magic dancing Lando sand hangout planet, where they're running away and she shoots the Force lightning and blows up the transport and thinks she's killed Chewbacca. And then literally the next scene, 5 seconds later, they show us Chewbacca's like fighting and being restrained on the Star Destroyer of the fucking First Order, with hanging out with Kylo Ren after he can teleport everywhere. Oh, I hate that teleporting so goddamn much.
It's so bad. It's so bad. Thank you, Lane.
Anyway, yeah. I'm sorry. I that was not a very looking like well-rounded person there, banging your head with a part of a keyboard. But I hate that so much. See, this is.
And then
you went over, so
Marcus, when you overturned something last night, I think Matt. Okay, look, I was wrong on like 2 things. I was bad, Jacob. If you didn't see, I was like, oh yeah, that's like obviously kind of drunk. I'm like, oh yeah, Queen Studios, dude, they fucking this and that. And I'm like, oh shit, Infinity Studios. I'm like, oh fuck, that's Infinity Studios. I should have been like, yeah, Infinity Studios. And like, dude, it's a Queen Studios. He's like, oh fuck, man, like, god damn it.
Yeah,
it was bad, man. I was getting my companies mixed up, man.
Okay, what this is? I know you guys have listened to me carry on here.
What's a Wonderfest?
You put it on with me. with
we're showing like teases of Winterfest, basically.
Yeah. Let me ask you guys. Let me just wrap. I can't I want to ask you guys this now. Walk with me one second. This will be our last Star Wars thing, and then we'll actually look at the Boba Fett books. Because there's actually something good we can talk about since it's mostly original trilogy focused. Boba Fett. I would just ask you guys, because obviously we know one thing that helped kind of screw up the sequel trilogy is that Carrie Fisher unfortunately died. Just there's nothing you do real life stepped in there.
Killing Luke.
Even if she lived through the third movie, they still would have sucked dick.
No, but I mean the actress died in real life. So I'm just asking.
Yeah, I know. Even if she would have lived, it would have sucked dick.
Yeah, but let me ask just for a second. Go with me just a quick trip. Just go for me with a quick trip, real fast. So what if they had been, hey, we got to reshoot this, we got to change the ending up to just. Now I'm not saying this would have been great, but it could have maybe sent it on a different trajectory. So if you still have Luke being the sad, broken, thinking all the Jedi books are burned to the ground, he's sitting out on that little outcrop or whatever he was that he force projected from actually, and right, so he's just in utter despair. Leia died, she dies. He opened himself up to the Force. I'm thinking of Mark Hamill's acting ability too. He's sitting on that rock and he opened himself to the Force and he feels Leia's death smash into him. He just that. It was almost like a delayed reaction, feeling her death he would have felt. And it's almost then he also then the next thing. So he's starting to break it down and he's just I have no hope left. There's nothing for me. And then he feels Han's death. I think that would hit him. I think he would feel Han's death. Retroactively, yeah. Drunk Mark is always right. Yep.
Sober is always right too.
Yeah, I don't know. Alcohol activates those extra RAM upgrades you need.
100%.
But so Luke's all just destroyed. He's almost, you think, to the point where he might just go jump off the side of the cliff.
It's so bad. I just hate that. I hate the whole franchise.
Hold on.
I hate the whole thing about the whole trilogy. It's they had no plan.
I know, but just think for a moment, if they had finally done something, what was one of the things? And I'm just, like I said, unfortunately, we can all fanfic with, especially we've got hindsight now. But if they had just said we got to pivot, do something different. If Luke is just and this also gives it where I know back at that time they would not have put a white guy back in he's coming to save us or helping to save us. But I'm just saying if they were willing to do this change, we have to do it where Luke's crushed, but you can have a great moment where he's all just bawling and we're not sure what is he going to do, and he's I have no hope left, and you just see a female Force Ghost hand come to rest on his shoulder, and then Leia just went it's Leia without seeing the whole of her. And then there's just an explanation where she says, you become what you're supposed to be. Hope. And I know, I'm just saying. And then even if you want to get really stupid, somehow by the will of her force strength or something like that, become a ghost. You don't even see the rest of them. You just see a hand with a very, very recognizable part of a jacket and shirt come to rest on his other shoulder. And he looks up and back, and then all you just hear is just coming out of the ocean water nearby. You just see Luke's X-wing starting to rise out, and Mark Hamill just looks up. Luke looks up, and he just smiles.
I ain't thought about this one.
That moment. No, I know. No, I just randomly thought about this actually.
Oh, whoa!
And he doesn't even think. It's his force power, by reaction, just pulls his X-wing out of the water without even him realizing he was doing it. I don't know how you would make it look but if in the end there, when Rey and the Millennium Falcon come flying in to start help when the rebellion looks like it's about, and I know someone might go, well, that doesn't make any sense. How would he time jump there? I'm when did they ever, when traveling through hyperspace, ever had time ever make any sense or anything like that? But,
imagine this. They said,
hold on.
Lane, you've been setting this scenario for past 30 minutes, man.
What's going on? For less than 5 minutes. Thank you, Holmes. But at the end, so that final assault, you just hear, and they kick in I don't know, the old theme from when Luke and Leia went over I got boomer energy, I do. Hey man, Star Wars is my thing, man. It still is my thing. I get from the thing that gives me bad dreams. I got to try and think up. I gotta have positive dream energy.
A true nerd right there. I love it.
But when they fly in with the thing, and Kylo Ren is just like all like about to blow the shit out of him with whatever those super AT-ATs or something or AT-ATs that he had, and like then just suddenly like. And this would be a big retcon for me for the sequel trilogy characters. Like they think they're about to die. Like Kylo Ren's about to waste and Leia's gone. Like all hope's gone. And then Finn just like looks up for a second. Like he just to help confirm he's actually force sensitive. Like he's definitely force sensitive. And then Kylo looks, and then they kick in the Star Wars thing where the Millennium Falcon and Luke and his X-Wing just come and start blowing the shit out. And saving the day. No lightsaber duels. That's the third movie.
No, you need some lightsaber duels. You need some lightsaber duels.
No, the whole point is to save what's remaining of the Resistance, and they work it like. Can you imagine how awesome that would be? Where we get to see space combat a little bit too, finally, which we haven't got to really see very much.
The only way that would work, Lane. The only way that would work if what's his name? Because in the second movie there. No, hold up, Lane. Let me speak now. I'm just saying the second movie. What's his name? Poe Dameron. He was on that little stupid ass chase for like the whole second movie. Like that stupid shit. Say he leaves the Order or whatever. What were they called? The Resistance. He leaves the Resistance, and then him and Luke come in to save the day with his little crew, like the defectors.
Well, he's in command of what's left there at that point on the base. Yeah, like
not really. So it's the one, the curly haired.
She's dead by then. She's already did the hold-up maneuver where she
whatever.
And blew up all the ships. But I'm saying that, and then it's just buying time to get everybody off and away. And then I think like that could have set up like just something like that. If I'm not saying that would save the whole thing, but like a scenario like that to pivot where Luke like actually trains Rey and Finn, like he actually trains them. And he can still die fighting like fucking Snoke can even still be fucking Palpatine, except Palpatine is like in Snoke's body. Don't have Snoke's in a jar. Snoke is Palpatine still, but it's just Palpatine's soul is inside.
How we just know Palpatine? He fucking died. Like it was that was what made Anakin Skywalker. I get yours. I'm saying. And the whole story of Anakin is literally.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to go on this, but
I'm geeking out on it too because like. I fucking hate that trilogy so fucking much.
Think of this scenario. Disney just realized, like, hey, episodes 4 through 6 were almost perfect. Let's not continue it after that and fuck it up. Let's just do Knights of the Old Republic.
Yeah, but no, I wouldn't want to. I wouldn't say
everything's solved.
Hey, I'm with you, Jacob. I'm with you, but I do not trust them even to do that because that's a good story.
It's better than fucking up the original. The original is
the OG shit too. Then, like,
guys, we're not even sure that for one of the original creators, we're not even sure like is in season 2 of Ahsoka is Disney and they're gonna fuck up like I don't know the fucking Dathomir witches and any of how they used to work because they're gonna just say fuck it. Let's do whatever and have a fucking zombie.
That's why I don't like Star Wars anymore. To tell you guys the truth, I could give 2 fucks.
No, Disney's killed it,
bro. But that's why Lord of the Rings is good because you might
Rings of Power. Rings of Power, dude.
But we don't pay attention to Lord of the Rings of Power. That's not part of the movies or.
Jacob loves it. Jacob likes it.
I know.
You're okay.
Yeah.
Could be worse.
Jacob's allowed to be confused sometimes.
True.
I hate Rings of Power. I hate Rings of Power. I actually enjoyed more watching Wheel of Time.
That's right. You lost me there. There.
No, but that just means that's how much I hated Rings of Power.
Okay.
Like the first 5 minutes of Rings of Power.
But we're losing the audience right now. Can we get statues? Let's do it. So the first one, we're talking about Star Wars. And everything like that. So let me screen share this real quick. I think for me, I was getting hate on it last night on Godlike Statues for some reason. I don't know why, because guys, I'm always right. So I was getting very confused on why I was getting a lot of hate. But I said, PCS fine art bust. This is easily the best one, 100%. Like this one right here is the best one they've done. I don't know about you guys. For me, I think this the easily top contender. They were saying Darth Vader. I hate the Darth Vader one because it's very reliant on the light up stat.
Needs glasses. That's all I can say. Marcos needs glasses.
I'm legit legally blind. I have contacts in right now, so I am blind. But this is
what about the Planet Hawk one? Isn't that the best one?
I hate that one. That one's horrible. That was fucking horrible, dude.
It's so bad.
Gross. This one though, right here, they fucking killed. I love the little little Boba with his dad, Jango's head, like
helmet
after
from Attack of the Clones.
Love the helmet. Love the whole right there. I love that, dude. That's awesome. I love the helmet texture with the battle damage area, which is very accurate. Obviously, it's a spaceship. What do you call that, Lane? I'm
Rancor.
Rancor.
I almost said Snorlax. Like that's Pokemon. I think that's awesome right there. I love the sand paint. It could be a little bit better. Maybe they fix it up. Post prototype.
Well, go back to the picture. That's a go back one. That's a shitload of dust and sand. Like that's a.
But it's still in the back.
That looked more like Anakin Skywalker's worst nightmare coming at him.
Yeah,
true.
Big ass sandstorm.
Like, Jacob, it's a sandstorm. Probably that's what they're going for.
No, this is so cool. I'm not saying it's not.
I hear some hate out of you right now. I gotta say.
No. I'm not letting the hate flow through me.
Oh, I didn't know it had a lot of feature right there. That's cool.
I actually like this one.
Got the Chelsea boots. See, that doesn't look bad at all. That actually
and Cloud City and everything too. I think.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying, dude. In the middle,
I still think the best one, dude. If you could afford it, that fucking bronze fucking Carnage.
Oh, that thing's crazy. Yeah, that price tag.
That's the best one. But
they did a very good job.
I still think that Carnage one is the best one. I know nothing about Carnage.
The only thing I don't hate the Carnage one. My bad. I almost said hate, but I don't hate the Carnage one. But I do think it's messy because it's a lot of red. Like all the characters, like Spider-Man, Carnage, a couple other the Spider characters are red, so it's kind of hard to see.
It's got like Doppelganger, which is like the evil Spider-Man.
But this one, the reason I like this one a lot more than most is because you can see every like separate entity in the part of the statue. The one with the Deadpool one, a lot of things get lost too because everybody's kind of red and black. The whole Planet Hulk one is just a mess. It's not even the same color, just a mess. Carnage is like that, and then the Darth Vader. I just think has a lot of promise, but without the light up on, it looks pretty bad to me. I would say, but this one you can see every detail separately from far away, if that makes sense.
No, I agree with that. Without the light up on, this one's definitely better.
Yeah.
And most of us are going to have a light up.
Look at that, dude, that's awesome.
The real question is, would you rather have this or just the Boba Fett bust, like with a helmet and his like thing on the back? Like,
it just depends. Like, say you don't have a Boba Fett piece at all, and you want like a all-in-one piece. This is probably the one you'll want, right? Like you get the whole story with Boba Fett's whole from episode 2 to episode 6 when he dies or kind of dies. But yeah, but the only thing that we talked about on God, like a good point is the only thing I hate about these the fan art, but not fan art, but
why is the Rancor on there? Why is that such a big thing? Because he wrote it in that.
That's the show, right?
In the book of Boba Fett.
Yeah.
One of the worst Disney Plus shows.
Again, he's on the Rancor right there. Yeah. If they did anything else except that Rancor, if they just stuck to the original movies, even though he was only in 2, that would have been better. I would rather, instead of him on the Rancor, I'd rather have him on TV on that shitty fucking Christmas episode that he was first shown on.
Or you know what they could have done, which could have been a cool moment on this side, kind of? Have him where he launches off with his jetpack, which is the first time we got to see him use it in Return of the Jedi when he's launching off of Jabba's barge. So
I'd rather just have fucking Jabba the Hutt fucking there and him standing right beside him like his fucking guard, motherfucker.
Maybe you could do this too.
Well, It's a little weird. It's a little weird where they take a part of the space showing the security vessel fighters for Cloud City and the fucking Millennium Falcon, which has nothing to do. That scene has nothing to do with Boba Fett whatsoever, and they're just kind of on there. I'm like, well, that doesn't really have anything to do with him.
There's just not enough scenes with Boba Fett to begin with. You know what I mean? So I mean, you have to fill it up. It is what it is, but this is cool. I'm not saying it's not.
Yeah,
I think for this line, I think this is the best one, 100%. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, because this is supposed to be up. I think this Thursday on the 2nd.
It's up. It's up already now. Yeah.
I thought it said October 2nd.
What's the price?
It's $1,500, I think.
That's
range.
not bad.
Oh, that's not bad. No,
yeah. But
compared to the Shredder helmet, that's not bad at all.
Like I said, though, the only thing that kind of sucks about this whole line is that it's not a legit 1-to-1 like head, if that makes sense. Like the
is it 1-to-1?
They kind of were they're kind of promoting that with the first few, and then people were like, I don't know if this is like 1-to-1.
It's a little bit too. They're not small, but they're also not kind of.
If it's not 1-to-1 though, you ruin the whole fucking thing. It's ruined.
So everyone has not.
They're like Vader's like 21 inches tall.
I haven't seen one in the hand too. That's another thing. So
all of them, in my opinion, are ruined. Then if they're not 1-to-1, no, they're all ruined.
100%. I feel the same way.
Wow, that just blew my mind, dude. I didn't know that.
But the thing is, Jacob, like I said, it could be 1-to-1. I just don't know because I've never seen one in person. Like, is that legit a 1-to-1 like head? Maybe, I don't know. I just don't know.
I didn't realize. I just confirmed. I won a giveaway, I guess, from Batman Statue Collector.
Oh, what'd you win?
A Rob.
A Batman Statue behind Rock. Yeah. But no, I won a Joker slab 9.8 comic. There was a giveaway thing. Yeah, no, he was doing us a unboxing of some unknown. He didn't reveal what, just like before we came live here in like the last little while, he finished up. It was a sideshow premium format, but he didn't reveal it was a mystery unboxing. Turned out to be the Joker premium format. He had picked up a brand new one someone sold him. And he did a giveaway. So for like, if you gave $5 super chat and stuff, you could enter in the giveaway for that Joker. I did just one, just kind of, I'll just do it. And then I did a giveaway. I did another one, but I entered Jimmy and Mr. Kiefer into it. And then Jimmy did one and gave me 2 more entries. So I guess I had stopped watching for a little bit. I had other things going on, and so I had to go
Jimmy
back.
says himself is one of the best in his opinion too. So
remember how you ruined all those pieces for me, Marcos?
Which one?
All those PCS pieces? They're all fucking ruined now, dude.
What did I do? Which I don't know. I don't remember what piece.
That's not 1-to-1. That's the fucking.
I see.
Marcos, when you're talking about head bust or partial bust or whatever, do you see the big motherfucker behind him in the back there? He needs to hear that's got to be 1-to-1, whether it's a head bust. Not you behind Mr. J-Rock. Do you see what's there?
Yeah. Jacob's got a fucking full Smeagol, dude. Like, what do you got?
I know. No, that's fucking like almost 7 feet of fucking Sauron.
Yeah, no, it's really big.
Like, low key, you know, you don't have to do it right now, but like, can you give me the measurements of like the Smeagol head? I just want to see what it is, obviously.
Well, here's the thing. I have one from Ruby's, which was like supposed to be life size. Yeah. And then this one, that's supposed to be life size. This is from Weta, so this is probably more accurate. But I can measure it just a second.
Yeah, that's my only issue with the fan art. Well, not fan art. It's like what is it called? I keep forgetting the name of the line.
Diorama?
No, it's like the fine art bust. There we go. Fine art bust. What do they call them? That's my biggest issue. The thing is, I could be wrong on this. Like, it could be a legit like a 1-to-1 head, but like, it's a head, so it could look.
But because it's got all this stuff, it's not
Yeah.
it's not a full like helmet though, so it's not quite
That's weird.
the same thing because they've got all this like just Boba part of it's like really the front part of his helmet, like his head basically, but all the rest is Cloud City and the Rancor on him. Yeah, and all that other stuff. So it's kind of its own thing a little bit, but it is. I think it's about.
Sorry, continue.
No,
go ahead.
Go ahead. What was the sizes?
The one I have was just a little bit under 7 inches tall for the head. That one is 7.5.
So that's 7.5 inches. So like the Boba Fett bust was 20 inches tall, like fully. So probably the head. Let me bring that up again real quick.
But you got the antenna on top too.
That's what I'm saying. Like, so yeah.
The best thing to do would be compared to the
one.
bus.
Yeah, like so the Deadpool bus has nothing above the head. Obviously, it's just like the head. That's 18, I think, inches tall. They said so. Probably like if it's 7 inches, like you said, maybe it is 1-to-1. It just legit just a head though. That's why it's not as big as a normal bust. I guess you could say. Maybe I'm just throwing that out as like a maybe. I have to see one in person. Yeah.
It might be. I'm looking at the Sideshow one right now, and that's got the torso and the antenna and everything, and that's 30 inches high.
Yeah, so that's 20 with the antenna.
It's probably pretty fucking close, dude.
Yeah, it's probably close to 1-to-1. Maybe, like I said, I have to because I will get the Deadpool one, so I'll have it in my collection. Obviously, I could do like a legit test on that. We'll see. It's just like from far away online, it doesn't look 1-to-1. I guess you could say. But
did you pre-order the Deadpool one yet?
No, I haven't. But I'll get it. It's gonna come out.
Did you end up picking up that Deadpool versus Batman comic?
Deadpool. Oh no, I haven't. I'm waiting for like when it's all done and get like a hardcover.
Well, it's just because they're two separate one shots with different covers and stuff.
But I'm free like the deluxe edition. Hardcover. I love hardcover for manga and comics.
I ended up not. I actually finally from Deadpool Wolverine. I finally pre-ordered getting my first figure, Hot Toys figure from.
Nice.
I'm getting
I'm waiting on it to ship, but I have it on Sideshow the Hot Toys, the Battle Damage from the movie.
Yeah. It's been delayed a lot. I'm not sure what's because there was already it's. I mean, there was a small number of them.
Yeah, it was like the first batch. Like they had like 100 probably go or something.
They've been having some. I mean, everything seems to be high. I think just the factories, whatever. But
I'm just waiting on that. Yeah, I'm waiting on that.
Yeah, because I'm getting that classic brown and tan Wolverine.
Oh, nice. And that's cool.
That looks okay, but not great. But
it's not the best.
It is. Yeah, but it's funny. One of the things they added as an extra like accessory is there's literally one of the they have an extra set of claws that actually has a reflection of the Hulk on it.
Nice.
Yeah.
Do you think that Henry Cavill Wolverine Hot Toy was LL?
If they put it out, maybe. I mean, they'll probably do an exclusive. I mean, that's one of the other things. So like, they're too busy putting out 500 fucking exclusives.
Yeah.
Next week they're supposed to have a bunch because they're supposed to have their new John Wick, which one of them has the artisan hair and stuff. I'm kind of falling out of those.
Yeah, the Deadpool Battle Damage is like an artisan piece too, right? I think they teased that, right?
Not our Deadpool. No.
I thought it was the Battle Damage because Ryan Reynolds had a post about it when it first came out, and it was like the artisan.
Yeah, it's got it. No, it's maybe, but there's no art. It's got the head sculpt of him, but there's no artisan version.
Okay.
It would be over 400 bucks. Artisans are over $400, most of them, except for like black.
What does artisan mean though in Hot Toys?
Has hair.
Okay. But all I know is Freddie told me the box, and like when they showed the box and Ryan Reynolds like post, it was an artisan box.
No, it's if you look it up, it's a regular box, like Hot Toys box.
I don't know. Maybe it's false advertising.
The next week they've got a bunch of stuff because that's when this Wolverine's supposed to come out. The pre-order for both versions because there's also just a regular sculpted hair John Wick, which looks almost as good. They're supposed to be having up because they're actually doing a Miles Morales figure that's from the Alien versus Avengers comic book series, which is actually just from what earlier this year it finished. So it's not even that old. But it is basically just a repaint because they're doing an anti-vent. They were already had put up for pre-order like a year ago approaching. The anti-venom Spider-Man, like the white suit, the final suit from Spider-Man 2. Yeah. And Miles' suit is a white suit like that, but it's him. It's him coming with a bunch of fucking face huggers and stuff. If you want to read something crazy, Aliens vs. Avengers is actually really good. It's worth it just for seeing Mr. Sinister literally using a gun that shoots out face huggers. So you see Mr. Sinister from X-Men shooting out and using it. It has a certain black sense of humor because he's like, yes, he's literally like, this is a gun that shoots face huggers, and he's shooting out face huggers. Alien vs. Avengers is a super dark series, like a super dark series, because it shows like the aliens causing devastation, like when they somehow appeared in the Marvel universe, even intergalactically, like the Shi'ar Empire, and just what an unbelievably destructive force they could actually be if uncontrolled, basically. But they're doing a Miles off that. But they're reusing a base that is supposed to come with one of the Alien Romulus figures that they're doing. They're like doing Scorch Alien, Rain from that movie. It's, I think, her base because it's got gooey stuff all over, like from her scene, and then face huggers on it. So I think it's a very, but that's another. See, that's the one thing you can say I like with statues most of the time. Not all the time, most of the time. Hot Toys has been in like super exclusive mode. They put out like 20-something exclusives this year where, you're hitting the thing where exclusive doesn't actually mean it's a normal thing at this point. Out. Yeah, they put out so many of them. And Prime 1 guys like that, we might complain. Marcos have heard me say sometimes where I'm just like, goddamn Prime 1, you guys got to stop just putting out so many stupid statues each year because you never even give anybody to take in for a moment. Like Fade Routh, he got put out. I barely had 2 days to even think about him at all being like the focus of attention a little bit where you could, I know you guys aren't necessarily like doomed going to buy a statue, but where you guys would know where you have some time to look at that statue, be up the pre-order where, where you're trying to decide, am I going to go in on for a piece like this? It'd be like if they put up, Jacob, they put up the Saruman bus and it was up for 2 days, but they're like, hey, guess what? This went up on Thursday, but guess what? On Tuesday, we've got, I don't know. They are putting some other statue up for pre-order and like they completely erased. Now this is the top thing where you barely had 2 days to even think about like being the only thing in your head where you can go and you get to build up your excitement even for like, I can't wait. Like I'm going to get this. But I need, where you build up to it. Like when
I understand that. Man, what you're talking about right now is easy way to say is there's so much saturation there. There's too much going on right now with pieces.
Yeah, I think Prime 1, that's why I made the joke earlier. I just feel like Prime 1, I know they probably have to put out pre-orders just to keep money. Those, to help support whatever the current stuff there were. I mean, it's not like making their statue. I'm not saying that obviously does not cost as much as they're charging, but it's still expensive because big intricate stuff. That can be the problem. Like they put up so much, it's just.
It can be too much.
Just take a breath. Just let a customer be able to have a week.
Even Sideshow's done that recently too. Some weeks they just put up an art print, which is fine. And then maybe they take a 3-week break and then a statue comes out. So I get it. No, I get it. But can I go to this? I just saw this on Facebook about just now. I was about to pull up something else, but our good friend Todd from Spec Fiction, some pictures came out about his new showcase. Can you guys see?
Yep.
Nice.
Oh,
yeah,
wow. Is it real quick? Is that supposed to be in the bottom part of the picture? Is that supposed to be one of the new
the
pedestals
bust, yeah,
that they're
the
working on?
pedestals, yeah.
Oh, that looks cool.
Yeah, so this is new pictures update on everything. It's still being built, so it's not done yet, but it's an update on
The
everything.
gallery.
Yeah, awesome. I'm looking like an office right there. Really, this for me, this would not be a very work and like friendly environment with how everything is, but it looks awesome though. Like I know what he was going for, the Space Odyssey, the 2001 Space Odyssey look.
You're like, there's a lot of stuff around me. It feels really easy. I could bump into and break.
Yeah, this is legit a showcase though for sure. So good on him, man. It's taken a while. I know it's a lot of work, obviously. So good on him, man. It's finally coming along. Hopefully, I can make it there when he has his grand opening. Jacob, come there, Lane too. But yeah, man, good for Todd, bro. Like honestly, there we go. Okay, gotcha. But yeah, good for Todd, man. It's getting closer and closer to being done. So awesome. I know this.
How long has he been working on that for? Like 2
dude,
or 3
it's been like over a year and a half. I remember he told me like he was almost not done, but definitely getting close to done. They had to redo it, like a lot of it. I'm like, damn, that sucks. So yeah, they had to take everything out.
To redo it.
There was something happened. I forget exactly what happened, but there's a big part, like there's a big area that was done, but he's like, I don't like it, and I think they just kind of scrapped it and like redid it. So yeah.
Well, Spec Fiction is starting to put out some really that kind of warrior angel thing, Vera or whatever, that they put out previously.
I think it's right here.
Yeah, that one. Yeah, right up there in the left-hand front corner. That one came out looking pretty good. That obviously the Frazetta one, the Queen. I think the fact they did like 2 different versions for space saving and stuff, that thing looked great. Now, I think you've got to be into Frazetta's art style if you want to get that. Yeah, there's the Witch King. That's a huge Witch King. That's the half scale.
Do you guys know anybody that's ordered their pedestals yet?
No, but I'm gonna get one just to try it out and see how it looks and see how the light-up looks.
If I end up, I'm concerned with those. If I end up, as Jacob is saying, if I end up getting the Sauron 3rd scale, I think that pedestal is like that. That's the kind of statue, if you're going to make the money commitment for something like that, that's the kind of statue you would want to go on it. Where I think that's like the perfect statue to put on there, because where you get the value for it, because it's going to be 46 inches tall.
Hopefully, it's going to be big enough, the pedestal.
Yeah. That thing that I already had a place set aside for that thing, because I've already got a table it could go on.
And Todd's a man of culture here with the Kira shirt. Love it, Todd.
Yeah.
Prime One, please get the Kira license. It's the license that you guys need.
Did Todd say an ETA of when they're estimating that it's going to be
done?
Dude,
last time I talked to him, this was maybe 6 months ago. It's like, hey man, like I just wonder when it's going to be done, this and that. He told me I'm done giving dates, because he's like, I've delayed it so many times from like original dates. So
it was supposed to be like a year ago last May.
So he's done giving dates of when it will be done. It will be done when it's done, I guess, at this point. So
might as well take his time. I mean, you're going
to at this point, dude. Like, if there's a big mess up and you had to redo it, then just do it, and when it's done, it's done. Have the grand opening, and then go from there. Obviously, so yeah.
So is this always going to be open for the public? Is this like tied to the store?
It's one of those things like you can just walk in any day of the week and then just like walk in and look at statues, basically, yeah, and then buy. I think he said that you can buy statues, obviously, if you wanted to. There, it's not the warehouse where you have all like these products, but it will be a place where you can like. God, I have the hiccups. My bad. Go ahead, talk.
Well, he just poor Marcos. He's thinking about that. How long it's been delayed, and it's making him all choked up, making him sad.
Do you think Infinity or Queen Studios is going to come out swinging more this next week at Wonderfest?
Queen, because they've been quiet absolutely like the entire effing year.
Oh, no,
except for in art. For statue stuff, in art, obviously.
100% Queen will, but the thing is, all these pieces will come out probably in 20.
Well, let's be clear. I think the entire reason Prime One has done its weird ass time and day for its showcase is because they're going to be at that and probably have some of the pieces that they're going to show, and they want to have everybody see, like, especially if they're going to probably have pieces that will be ones that within the net could be within just the next couple of weeks after they do it, the first couple of weeks of October. They'll probably have, if they're at Wonderfest, I'm assuming they probably are, because most of the Asian companies will come to that. They're going to have some of those pieces with them live and in Technicolor at there. So they want to get the showcase up, out, show everything before a lot of the public and everything will be seeing the pieces.
We know that's the plan. That was not a. That was 100% their reasoning to do it on a Wednesday at fucking.
And I effing hate them for that, because I will be at work and then sitting through effing traffic for like an hour trying to get home. So I will miss everything.
Hey, just be like me, man. Just have your iPhone on right there and watch it. You know, while you drive.
How big is that Infinity Dark Side going to be? That thing's going to be fucking huge, dude.
We'll see, man. We'll see.
I think it'll make Thanos look like a little bitch.
Yeah, well, it is interesting because, you know, Infinity is like Infinity in the Asian market, like PCS kind of here in the US market base, is really going different scales and everything than, you know, we're seeing like some of the other major company distributors like Prime One. They seem to be trying to find their own niche in the industry, where they're not having as much crossover necessarily maybe with someone like Prime One or some of the other producers. Maybe if XM is actually starting to somewhat, and I stress somewhat, maybe trying to get back in things over in the next year and a half in the market. I'm not willing to, as Marcos knows, I'm not an XM guy. I'm not very nice with XM anymore.
No, speaking of Blaine's favorite company right here, we're talking about it right now, Screen Share. Batfleck, the worst Batman of all time. But there we go.
In art.
It says it right there. In art, Batman, BVS, Ben Affleck.
You think he's the worst Batman? No fucking way.
He's
dude.
absolutely the worst Batman because he's fucking killed.
He thinks Clooney is a better. He thinks Clooney is a better Batman.
Yeah, I would say because Clooney's not a fucking mass murderer. That's why. Yes, I would say that 100%. I think it's not Ben Affleck's fault. Outside of he could have said, "Hey, Zack Snyder." Here
we go. I knew this was coming.
But I'm just saying,
anti-Snyderism's exploding for it.
Zack Snyder appreciator. That's me. Let me just say this: the only fault that Ben Affleck had was saying, "Hey, Zack Snyder, let's calm down on the machine guns real quick and the killing." That's not Batman. You're making what's his name? Flashpoint Batman. You're making Homelander Batman basically at this point, or Night Owl. That's a point.
You mean Owlman?
Owlman. Thank God you said that.
Who's the crime syndicate? Yes. Yeah, because he's a mob.
He did not make a Batman. The thing is, too, Jacob. That's another thing. This was supposed to be the opposite of the MCU, meaning like this is the main universe for a movie universe. You don't make Batman old and a murderer. You make Batman young and kind of up and coming, so you can make more movies with him. Obviously, that's.
Who's the best Batman then, in your opinion?
As of right now, Batman, not Bruce Wayne and Batman. Batman, Pattinson.
I agree.
Best Bruce Wayne. Kevin Conroy animated series. There's never been okay.
Christian Bale with Bruce Wayne. Great.
Second would be Christian Bale. I would say second would be Christian Bale with Bruce Wayne. Christian Bale's Batman was fucking abysmal though. Like he could not. His fight scenes were bad because of Christopher Nolan does not know how to do fight scenes. Keaton's the most overrated Batman of all time, easily.
I don't know. Keaton, I think, was second on Batman and fucking Bruce Wayne, so I still think he's the best.
But I love Keaton because obviously watch the other guys. If you have not seen it, the other guys come back with Keaton is the greatest thing of all time. He's a natural treasure. We love Michael Keaton. His Batman is very limited. It's not a good Batman. It's a really bad Bruce Wayne. He's awkward, timid. It's weird. I don't know why. Like Bruce Wayne is actually awkward and timid, but not in front of people because he plays an act. He plays an act of like confident, cool, machismo, but in the
Christian
actuality,
Bale. Christian
like
Bale.
when he's around people he trusts, like Clark Kent, Diana, like he's actually awkward and weird. But like around people when he's playing an act, he's a very confident, macho dude. So,
But
that's what I'm
awkward and
saying.
weird. I mean, like you said,
Huh?
Ben Affleck didn't do a bad job.
No, he didn't do bad, Bruce Wayne, but his Batman is so bad that I can't even trust anything. I can't say anything else good about him because Jacob put it.
Am I looking annoyed with Marcos enough right now on my face?
Yes, 100%. But let me just say this: what is Batman's thing that he hates the most? Guns. This dude is a fucking machine gun heavy guy in the movie. It's annoying. I can't do it. Like the one rule that Batman has is don't kill people, and the second rule. The one rule before that, honestly, is don't use guns because guess what killed his parents? A fucking gun, and he hates guns. He despises them.
Snyder combined two versions. He's Dark Knight Returns Batman and combined.
Dark Knight Returns Batman still hates guns too.
No, hold on. I wasn't finished. But he was also using early Batman that did use a gun and did shoot and kill people.
1930s? Are we really going back to the 1930s?
Early.
I know Wayne, you were still like a young kid at the time in 1930s.
Yeah. No, but however, he was using combination of those influences and his just natural dark. I don't think Batfleck's the best Batman by any means of the imagination. I got some of the influence of what he was going for. Don't think it worked really at all, but sorry, Bale is the best Batman and Bruce Wayne. The Dark Knight trilogy is.
Yeah, my thing with Affleck.
No, you got to say your piece. Bale,
it wasn't his fault. That's what I'm trying to say. It wasn't his fault.
No.
Affleck's
Batfleck for look is fantastic.
Yeah, so he's the best looking Batman.
This for in-art figure and everything.
Yeah,
is going to be great. I think Keaton's Batman, because I'm looking at this because we're talking about statue figures, whatever. I'm thinking of this in the figure space. I think he's going to be fantastic as a figure, whatever the source material, because Batman, Superman, Dawn of Justice was
stop.
I like the director's cut would add to 35 or 40 minutes that helps make the plot make more
doesn't.
sense.
It just slows the movie down. It's so bad. It doesn't add anything. It adds Clark Kent being a reporter, I guess you can say. That's at best you can say that. It's horrible.
I enjoyed it a lot more.
Because
Batman v Superman was a very flawed movie, and we didn't get to see Batfleck kind of by himself, where we got to see Batman, how it was an entire flashback movie that saw him how he became who he was, and by the time you got to Dawn of Justice or whatever they would have done for the plot line for it. It was always weird because he always looked older than than Jared Leto Joker, because Jared Leto Joker looked a lot younger than
Lane, you're missing. The weird part is that he's scarier than the Joker because he kills people. And Joker actually kills one person on screen, and Batman's killed 17 people on screen. That's the scary part of the Batman and Joker in that universe. Batman is more of a mass murderer than the fucking Joker.
But they dealt with that in Justice League, the Snyder Cut and stuff a little bit.
That he said, Superman's a pretty good dude, so I'm a limit my kills to one every movie. Stop. We're done. It's over. It's the worst interpretation.
Well, I'm happy to see that finally InArt is doing this figure.
No, that's cool.
I think this was leaked out early. Possibly. It's popped up all over the place.
It's their post, is it not? No, it's not. No,
it was. I think
Man,
whatever. Yeah. But it's been reposted up all over the place.
Yeah.
And I think this is one people have been waiting for, especially since they put up.
It looks just like it. It looks just like.
Yeah. No, I think it's going to be really cool. It'd be interesting to see what he comes with.
Mm-hmm. Eyes closed is weird though. Eyes closed.
Yeah. I just got because I got the 2.0 hot toy not too long ago. It comes with actually a base, the huge diorama base. It's heavy as hell to attach, and you can put him on. I don't see actually how it's supposed to work because he's so heavy. His figure is massive. They gave his thighs are thicker than Angela's from Marvel Rivals in that figure. Maybe too much so, but I was happy to see that. That'll be at Winterfest this week. I think it's just really we want to get through Monday and Tuesday to get to Wednesday. I'm very excited to see what is going to pop up and everything and what can be shown. Jacob, did you have a chance to look at all at that Beauty and the Beast new statue that Sideshow put up? I know Marcos talked about it a little bit yesterday.
I saw it. I mean, I don't give a fuck about Disney.
Me either. Yeah. I'm with you, man. I just couldn't care less, honestly.
Yeah, I thought it looked cool. It wasn't something really grippy.
Not bad.
Unless they're doing the Disney princesses fucking naked playing with themselves. Yeah, I'm not buying that shit.
Like, I think I said that it looks like me, like my ex-girlfriend. I mean, like, you know, like it kind of looks like
which one looks like your ex-girlfriend?
No. What piece did I say last time? I was like, that looks like an
ex-girlfriend. We all have an ex-girlfriend that looked like the Beast. It is what it is.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
No, she was a monster.
But
no
there was their kind of original, their own IP kind of original statues, which are nice because they keep the price lower than the licensed pieces. I think there was one that I actually have on waitlist that I missed out on because I didn't think I was like, I'm not going to go into this stuff. I'm sticking to Batman. Like that's my statue space that I've stuck to. The Deep Down, which was the part of the Pulp Vixens, but it was the one like with kind of the octopus and she was aiming the spear gun. The Lara Croft, the one that they were showing, Pure Arts had put up for pre-order is very similar looking, kind of that one. That's the only one I have waitlist. I kind of wish I had bought because now it's been waitlisted and sold out for a bit. But most of their original stuff, like I thought Beauty and the Beast looked cool, but it's just kind of like, it's not Batman or Titans necessarily like, Jacob, where I've been looking more at licensed because like I have very limited statue pace. I gotta like either look at the thing and like instantly I go, gotta have it, or it needs to be tied into a license that I would.
Where would Beauty and the Beast go with Batman? You couldn't put that shit anywhere. Where the fuck would you put
I know. Well, it's also 6 scale. It's also 6 scale, so it's smaller than even some of the other stuff.
Well, 6 scale is fine.
It's not even 1/4.
Fucking.
I think it's
All Knight's fucking badass is 6 scale.
Yeah, I did. Either of you guys try and get that? No. I wasn't sure, Jacob. Maybe you might have tried to do it just because it's the more dark fantasy aspect. You might think. But do you guys see what the price was for that on other retailers for that? Because I think it was like 3,600, 3,500.
Wasn't it like 4,000? Pretty much.
I don't know. I didn't see him on J&D. I wasn't going to try and get him. But his price on other retailers and stuff. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So he was $39.99. So he was 4,000. So he's about similar price to some of the Platinum ones. Have you seen how much is being charged on other, like other retailers now to get him? Like the price they were giving, he's got to be. Like he's up on Spec Fiction, he's $5,149. So they did a markup of over $1,000 on him. He's like $5,400 if you try to get him from Big Bad Toy Store, which obviously they add more because of shipping and stuff. So you got to factor that in.
It's a fucking badass statue. I'm not gonna lie.
But like for other retailers, they're making them raise the price like over $1,000. Like that's insane.
But you got to think like specs. That's got tax included. That's got probably the tariffs. It's got the shipping. So it's not that much.
I think that's no. I don't think that is for every place with the shipping even necessarily. I think that's the set price that was set for J&D. If you want to sell it, you got to do it for like over $1,000 more. That's insane. Like I was very much surprised by that. How much?
But they'll sell out eventually. You know what I mean? Like once they're gone from J&D.
Even Comic Concepts, he's $49.99. So they made him raise the price $1,000 on that piece. I still think he's going to sell out. Don't get me wrong, because they're just not making a whole bunch of them. But that is a lot for the markup, like a lot, even in comparison to some other statues.
No, I agree.
It is what it is. Like it's either. But as much as I like that Skull Knight, there's zero chance I would spend $5,000. That's probably more than I would ever spend on any statue ever. Like I just would not spend that much money. I can't. My brain would not process that doing that. That's why I don't own any bus or anything like that. I'm like, no, I'm just not going to do it.
Mm-hmm.
I was
piece right now. You guys, if you want to look at it, we didn't really talk about it last week because we're doing the unboxing, which is a very unfortunate unboxing lane of the Nami Sume no light up. I did get confirmation from the retailer I got it from though that he said Sume doesn't like.
That was what I was gonna ask.
Yeah, I love it because he said I'll just give you a new one. Like, thank God. I hope I just get a new one. But let me get this up real quick. Screen shared up. And we didn't really talk about it too much the other day. I know you want to talk about it because it's a Marvel piece, not Marvel Rivals, but a Marvel piece. There we go.
Let's not start that again.
Gamerverse, right there, bottom right, Gamerverse, not Marvel.
Yeah,
Rivals.
and if you see right above it, it says Marvel Rivals Doctor Doom.
I don't see any Marvel Rivals right here. So there we go.
There's the dick. There's the dick.
That's legit a penis.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, look at it.
That is a vagina. The angel wings are vagina, and that's a penis, 100%. There's no doubt about it.
Yeah.
No doubt about it, Jacob.
I can't.
Right there. That penis is slipping into right there.
I know. You guys are just perfect for making it so that I can't unsee that ever again. Thank you, guys. You're the best. The one thing for me is that his knees kind of there, maybe because they're trying to give it, because that is actually based off artwork from Marvel Rivals.
It's from Marvel Gamerverse.
It's Marvel Rivals, part of the Gamerverse license. It is Marvel Rivals Doctor Doom.
Gamerverse.
On PCS, it says Marvel Rivals.
I think it's fake news. I think it's fake news.
I asked Ant, is it Marvel Rivals? Is it
and
from
Ant
Marvel
is trying
Rivals?
to sell a piece, bro. I get it. He might have some fake news when he's selling a piece. It's fine. Good for him.
Okay. All right. Anyway, I think this is such an amazing looking Doctor Doom, though.
It's cool.
The knees on there seem a little bit thick to me, a little bit. Like I don't know. Like, and I guess maybe it fits because that is actually in Marvel Rivals for some of the artwork I've seen for the knees of Doctor Doom. His armor does look kind of big like that. And
that's what I'm saying. It's not a legit Marvel Rivals piece because like he is like a big body in that the artwork they've shown. So like I'm saying, like Lane, it's an artist's interpretation of Marvel's Gamerverse, and it just they're putting the Marvel Rivals logo on it. Just sell it. That's what I'm telling you. You don't want to believe me, but I'm always right. So there we go.
You're 100% right 30% of the time. Yes, you are correct.
What am I? Sex from Anchorman? Like 60% of the time it works.
This is the one thing that does bother me a little bit is the way like that hand is. It too much reminds me of Iron Man and his repulsor armor.
But that's
like
kind of
that doesn't fit exactly with Doctor. Well, Doctor Doom doesn't use his Iron Man technology; he uses his own. So that's the only thing that bothers me a little bit is that is more like an Iron Man type like hand or something rather than Doctor Doom. But that is a super minor quibble. I think the detail on the throne that they did on his armor, they just like. If you're looking for a Doom, I just. Think, especially if you like throne pieces, you can't beat this. It's a $2,200 MSRP, which I think is totally fair for the size and everything of it. It's $19.80 if you pick it up from PCS directly. I know there's been issues sometimes ordering from them or even with shipping prices for PCS. So I would be personally hesitant before I would buy from PCS, like direct. But I just like I think they've hit this one. And now we got to see how the paints and everything come out on the final piece. That is always that is. That is kind of always the but with every statue. We got to wait till you actually.
And PCS, it's a crapshoot. It's like. Yeah, I don't know.
I think that's been a crapshoot.
I would say this, like with my, I'm looking at it right now. The Daredevil PCS is amazing. It's awesome. So like,
but again, you had a 50% shot of it coming out.
That's true. Yeah, you can get that. You can get that one piece that they had the the Michael Myers where like half the statues came in broken because like how they packaged it. So like, 100%, yeah.
Now,
well, and everybody
for $2,200 for a third
Yeah.
scale, I'm not saying this isn't fucking sick as fuck. It's got that awesome fucking throne and everything, but for that almost that same price, you can get a third scale from G&D with silicone. Like, which one is the better price?
Well, there is some more too. Now, I do get what you're saying because PCS even like for some of their stuff, like they did the third scale throne, the Emperor throne, which I would figure the Star Wars license would be, especially if they're having to do something to get it somehow, if it's having to work through with Sideshow and everything too to get that license where they could do it. Like the Emperor throne, which is not, that's not the silicone one, but the Emperor throne is like $1,800 or something like that.
That was a quarter scale, wasn't it? Or was it
No, it's a third scale. It's third scale, I believe.
That one is also?
Because all their Star Wars statues have been third scale.
Yes, maybe all third scale. And then the bust, obviously. Yeah.
Yeah, but I think the Emperor on Throne is actually cheaper than this. Now it might have been. I would need to look.
That makes sense why that's cheaper than this. I mean, this is way more elaborate than that.
Yeah. But I'm just saying that's a third scale other throne piece.
Yes.
And that Emperor, the silicone one for that. Or wait, do I have that backwards? I might have that backwards. I think maybe that's 1900. Okay, yeah, I think I may have I may have this backwards because I think the silicone one.
I'm just saying with J&D, you know what you're going to get.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what I mean?
I own several pieces. I love them. They're still my favorite statues that I own, and I've gotten some. I mean, I got like the Harley Who Laughs, which I think is maybe
that is a fucking dick in a vagina, right?
Yeah. Like that's 100% dick in a vagina, no doubt.
I got it.
I mean, you're not going to get an argument from me.
No.
On that.
And when Lane agrees with you, you know it's right.
No. But I don't think the price is that bad for that. I mean.
Oh, actually, sorry. I was off.
Dr. Doom's on Throne, I feel like, but.
Sorry. I was off. To where it's sometimes a little bit more expensive, possibly. The Emperor on Throne from PCS third scale is $1,700. So it's $500 more, like less non-silicone for that because the Emperor silicone is $1,900.
Yeah.
So that's quite a bit less.
Silicones in hand to see how they're doing.
Yeah,
I'm waiting on those, and that's
Marcos, you're getting Mall, right? The silicone.
Yeah, one? The silicone one. Yes, correct.
Yeah, because I know you originally got the from the two
normal polished stone one, yes.
And then as soon as you saw the silicone one, you're like, if I'm gonna get this Mall, I got to get the best one.
And thank God I ordered directly from PCS because I just switched over like my $1,000 from the first one to that one. So like I have $1,000 on the next piece already. So like and payment plan, I got I'm basically paid up.
And supposedly they've got Vader coming at some point in the near future. And then early next year, maybe.
So I was so disappointed with the Palpatine, man. I really was. I wanted that one so bad, but
I think the Palpatine on the throne looks really good, but the silicone one just kind of is.
It sucked.
I mean,
it didn't even have silicone hands.
Yeah. Well, my thing for the Emperor, I know they were going for Return of the because Ant's mentioned already that they're gonna for Leia they're doing two completely different looks.
Yeah.
To me, it feels like for the Emperor, I know they were going to stay consistent with Return of the Jedi, but Return of the Jedi being the Emperor on Throne, that makes sense. That's like how original trilogy you think of him.
Yeah.
But I think for the silicone one, if they were going to have him not be on that.
Why would you do two different versions to compete with yourself? That's the dumbest fucking shit I've ever heard of.
It's weird, man. It's a weird strategy. It's a weird strategy for sure.
Yeah.
No, it's a dumb strategy. It's not weird. It's fucking stupid.
Yeah,
doesn't make any sense.
I would have said done his final duel like Yoda for the silicone or something like that. I would have had him with that. Have the lightsaber as a switch out maybe or something.
But dude, am I tripping? Like they should have done like maybe episode 3 with the silicone.
No. That's what I said. That's what I said. The Yoda final duel look or something, or the Anakin turn. Like
100%.
Hot Toys is doing Hot Toys. I just got the like final look, the final duel, Yoda duel, and they're putting out one from like the battle against Mace Windu / Turn with like
oh
two
man,
heads.
they do, and then they do fucking Mace Windu right now. So there we go. So next piece, since y'all have not sent me anything, so I'm gonna pull this piece. A big topic this week in this piece, and a lot of opinions on it, and I think for good reason. So here we go. Can you guys see? Can you guys see? Answer yes or no.
Yeah, the Skull Knight. Yeah.
My God, I said, can you guys see? Can you at least give me an answer? My gosh.
Yes, no, maybe so.
There we go. So yeah, Skull Knight, yeah, J&D, which is the most overpriced company of all time, which I think they do good stuff, and then I think
I don't think they're overpriced for what you.
No, I would actually say I think a lot of companies have come up to their pricing where 4 years ago we might have said that they were, for third scale, like they're on the high end, but PC at Prime One. Obviously, we were talking about PCS just with the freaking Darth Maul is the same price or more, depending where you're buying it and depending on what piece you're talking about. I think J&D is about same price for now. They're still in comparison to certain other. They're not like the lower end of the price or something like that in comparison. They're on still the high end, but I think they're competitive pretty much with the higher end pricing that companies are doing for 1/3 now. There's still pieces like Ralpha, who's less or whatever.
I like J&D over the last 2 months, like with this piece and Daenerys. Like they're saying Prime One bases, like hold my fucking beer. Like like this base is fucking insane, dude. I love it, dude. I was talking to Brett about this, and I don't remember anything about Skull Knight. I haven't watched this anime in forever. But
Skull Knight's not really in the anime though. He's more of the manga.
Yeah, that's what I said. I never read the manga, but this piece is so fucking awesome.
No,
if I was
cool,
a Berserk
he's one of the one thing Berserk nails is that it has some of the coolest designs for monsters, fantasy, knights, different looks to people, just the characters, or every one of Guts' band look completely different from each other, so they all have unique looks to them. I think Skull Knight has one of the coolest looks to him. This would never be a piece I was interested in because I just like personally, Skull Knight's story is actually like really important.
Yes.
And he has always been used where he shows up enough, but he's not like, he never overstays his welcome in the story. That character was very carefully was used really well, like God's Hand or something like that. Where God's Hand
go ahead, Mike.
appears when they're needed to. But this piece itself, I really like the base, but for all we say, it's felt like J&D has stayed in a certain box. Even like when they announced and had Guts, he's still kind of standing on the traditional square base, not a whole lot. No, not his sword over his shoulder. It looks like he's about going to go on some kind of attack or whatever. It's a very still museum style piece, but they're starting to move out. Daenerys, I mean, she wasn't dynamic like this, but sitting on the throne, they haven't really done that before. Skull Knight for a J&T piece, there is so much kinetic energy going on in this. Like, they seem to be trying to go outside of their safe zone that they've been in for years. They know what they do really good. They've got a solid fan base. They've got a solid production thing for what they normally do. And now they're willing to maybe go out of that and try some little bit more dynamic motion or even different scaling a little bit than they normally do.
Now, we all can say this is probably overpriced because there's no silicone.
It's disgusting. Yeah, 100%.
But at the same time,
it's sold out.
They understand. Yeah, it's like Lord of the Rings, like with the MC piece.
Yeah.
That MC piece was probably at least $1,300, if not $1,500 overpriced.
Yep.
But it sold out. So
yeah.
Who fucking cares?
I mean, that's the thing.
Yeah,
I mean, I mean, and that's not always bad because sometimes stuff selling out keeps you from necessarily making the dive on something where, it makes you have to. It's not always a bad thing where it makes you have to really go, do I really want this piece or not? You got to. It's not always fun where you have to kind of make up your mind in a short period of time, but but it's a great. The only thing I might have a little bit of concern with it just from JMD's history is that they haven't done too many this intricate.
No, they have
how many pieces are going to have to put together?
They've only done 1/3 museum, very simple.
Yeah.
They'll
even
be
like
fine.
Deaths or something like that. Yeah, they'll probably be okay. But I'm just saying they haven't done like
the motherfucker made it sound like Berserk's his favorite thing in the world. He's not gonna fuck that up, dude. It's just like
I'm just saying for construction and other stuff this would be a piece just because of its or what is involved with it versus the other stuff.
Let me just say this though. I said it last time on Godlike Statue. So this is a piece that's $4,000 before shipping. So shipping is gonna be 2 boxes, probably around 600 to ship. I bet 2 boxes, 2 big boxes. It's crazy, obviously. Maybe at least 400. So you're $4,500 in at least. This piece is polystone and polystone resin. For $4,000, it is not worth that price. But at the same time, like I said just now earlier, it's sold out. Obviously, I know retailers have it in hand. Obviously, they will get it. Still, though, people bought it, so you can't argue with that. This piece, the issues I have with it is that it's kind of messy with the bloodish areas. It's not a direct scene from the manga or the anime. It's more the artist's interpretation. Have fun with it, which is fine. But for a huge $4,000 piece, I would like more of a story accurate, piece. I think if they would have done silicone, it should have been the monsters that they have. Like obviously, make that silicone. Obviously, make it worth the $4,000 price. If that makes sense, you don't have to make Skull Knight silicone because he's obviously kind of bones and armor. I truly do not like this piece because the price tag and what you get for it. I think it's not worth it, man. For me, I would say as a big Berserk fan, it's not a direct scene from the manga or anime. I think it's a good, solid piece though. It's like a 7.8 to 8.2. The price tag really drops it down though, man. It's so much for polystone and resin.
If we're going for, because this goes back to the Lord of the Rings MC piece. This reminds me so much of it. But if we're going for a Berserk piece that gets you in the feels, that takes you to a specific scene, it's got to be that quarter scale Guts and Casca piece.
Well, that piece is awesome, and then like the this piece had a lot of issues coming out was the Oniri creation, the Guts and Zod versus Ganishka. Like that piece is awesome too. Like legit, straight out of the manga, anime, this and that.
But at the same time, this is one of the coolest statues I've ever fucking seen.
I don't know, man. Like, look,
I think it's fuck, dude.
I kind of zoomed in on the base too. Like, it looks low key kind of sloppy, man. It doesn't look super detailed. Like, you see some seam lines right there and everything. Like, I'm sorry, man. I just can't get giddy with this piece. But I got 100% giddy with the Guts 1/3. I had that on order, so it's one of those things. Like, man, like I don't know. I think I love the fact that they're getting into 1/6 diorama pieces, which is like the normal anime piece. But I think they missed a lot on this, man. Like it's really, I think the whole like demon aspect, like the underworld, like the people coming up. I think it just looks sloppy. Like I said, like you guys see the seam lines, obviously, right? Or am I tripping? I don't know. I don't know. Can you guys see?
I can see. You mean? Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like you see seam lines. That's what I'm saying. This for me, I always judge J&D at a higher level because it's $4,000 fucking dollars. Like I'm sorry to say, you have.
No, but they definitely overpriced this, but it is what it is.
No, but Jacob, I'm saying you have to be perfect though. That's what I'm saying. Like, you can't be like if there's one little issue on my Guts fucking piece from them, I'm gonna fucking throw hell. Like, I'm gonna fucking throw shit across the room. I'm gonna be pissed off.
Are you getting the guts?
Yeah, I already have it over. Yeah,
dude, that piece.
No, it's awesome.
Are you gonna get the Griffin?
No, I won't get a Griffin. So I'm Griffith's one of the worst fucking villains of all time. I'm sorry to say. Like, he's
so he's doing what he's supposed to do. He's a bad guy.
No. He's not. It's not a bad villain because he's a bad guy. I'm saying he's a bad villain because he's written kind of fucking horribly. That's what I'm saying.
He's supposed to be horrible. He's a bad guy.
No, Lane. You don't understand what I'm saying. I'm not saying he's horribly written as a fact of like he's evil. I'm saying he's horribly written as a character that he's just badly written, as I would say. So, yeah. But no, well, the 1/3 piece, if that piece is not 100% perfect, I will throw a fucking shitstorm. So, that's my issue with J&D. With J&D, with the price point, you have to be perfect. Like, there's no issues. Not one issue can be one little mark right here on the base cannot happen. You have to be perfect. There's no issue. Like, you guys understand what I'm trying to say? Is like for the price point, you have to be perfect. Like, you just can't not be decent. You know. Prime 1, you can get away with it. Sideshow, for sure, you can get away with it. You know, like, you can be fine with Sideshow. XM, maybe. But definitely Queen Studios, J&D, and Infinity, their price points are so high, you have to be perfect. You cannot settle for okay for these pieces. So that's my issue with J&D. And this piece is, for me, okay. For $4,000, probably not a buy for okay. So that's just me. I could be wrong, though. Maybe you guys feel different. Go ahead.
I mean, I think every piece should be as perfect because you're spending. I consider whether you spend $4,000 or you spend $600, you're spending a lot of money on something.
I get it.
There's no excuse for anything. I mean, in the same context, I mean, I spend $300 on a hot toy. That is a massive amount of money for what it is. So I expect it to be as perfect as possible.
Yep.
Not break easily. I expect it to look good. I think that's. I think you should expect every piece to be really good and not be running into issues like people have had with that Vampire's Lust. It was what 660
cracked in the middle. Bro, it's crazy.
Yeah, it's having now that's a little bit different than what necessarily you're talking about necessarily, but I'm just saying. Yeah, I don't care. I think every piece should be perfect, no matter if because you're spending. Maybe you're talking now. You might be talking. I mean, you're like talking about rich, where you could say I'm rich and I'm a millionaire versus rich and I'm like Jeff Bezos, where you're a multiple mega billionaire. There's a different levels of rich. There are different levels you can fall, even when you say I have a lot of money. But I think every one of these pieces is expensive. We sometimes, I think, can lose focus on just because we're talking about different levels of super expensive. So I don't think I think every from premium because premium formats are up to $1,000.
There can be, like the Ghost Rider, the Batman and versus Joker,
the even more recent Dark Nihilist, the premium format's $1,040. The Luke Skywalker still he's $1,600.
That was fucking
$1,500.
That was
but I understand, but you get what I mean with just these things. Yeah. But even if it's not those, we're not talking about like one of the unlicensed pieces we were talking about, like the Paul Vixen stuff, which is under $700, $650, $700. Those things need to be perfect. They need to look as good as you originally showed them because they are mega expensive.
I get that.
All of this is mega expensive.
Lane, I'm with you on that for sure. Yeah.
And now I get what you mean though with let's say, but you're still you're on your guts. You're spending like $3,600. Yeah. Where you're like I get what you say. Well, I could buy the entire line of that Pulp Vixens and still have like $1,500 left over where I could have like put in the bank to save or something, it's that kind of thing. I get it. But everything
it's like you're spending so much money, you expect more perfection than maybe a sideshow.
But
every piece should be perfect though, 100%.
Yeah, but I mean, I would say, okay, so you got your guts coming to that third scale. Well, if I end up getting the Dark Sauron 1/3 scale, it costs like $1,500 less. It's a $2,000 piece though, but it's even bigger than guts by like 5 or 6 inches or more. Should I not expect that perfection because it's such a massive piece? It should look perfect.
Perfection, but like Lane, like if there's like a little mark, like you're not gonna be super mad as. Like,
oh no, I'll be mad.
Everyday collector John had the best reactions.
Yeah.
I feel bad for his pieces.
Oh, what happened with his Catwoman? Yeah.
Like the price you're paying, you should expect way better than that shit. Whatever happened to him. So like, that's not cool.
I don't. That's one of the worst things I've ever seen.
Like probably this, if I have a screen break on like my premium format Poison Ivy, I would have been like, oh, I can glue it together. I'm fine with paying $750 all in. Like with this piece.
But hey, bro, I know you're saying like that kind of thing, but I remember back. The first statue I ever tried to get was back in like 1996, 1997.
God damn, Lane.
Was a Lady Death statue from Chaos Comics back in the day. Brian Polito, who now does with Coffin Comics and stuff, a lot of the Kickstarter type stuff, and everything. But that we're talking for me when this is like I was 18, 19 years old after I nearly failed out of college. And like I was working for a comic shop and I was working at GameStop. So I was not making a whole lot of money. I bought this statue. It was like, I don't know, I think like around $300, $350. I mean, we're talking the 90s, which was a lot. It was an 18-inch statue, so it was not a small one by any means of the imagination. That statue, the first 3 we got in from Diamond, had neck snaps. It wasn't until we got the 4th one and I had that statue for like, I don't know, I think 4 years or 5 years.
Yeah.
And I was enraged for how many times. My expectation, because of how much I spent for what I made at the time, I put a lot of my money into that. And it wasn't until attempt 4 I got something that was, you would say is quote functional. So I mean, that's a little bit where I get an issue saying I know you're saying it's worth that. I don't care if it's like I am very much if it's when you talk $600 for a statue or $3,600 for a statue, you're paying a megaton of money. They're all expensive.
No doubt. No doubt. I guess I did 100%. But you get my point. I get your point. 100%. Yeah. Agree to disagree. Also, Lane, Jacob, if you guys have any, and everybody in the chat, like, want us to talk about a piece, let us know. I know we're getting kind of actually close to the end point of the show, but if you guys have any pieces you guys want us to talk about, let me know and I'll pull it up. So
no, I think we've hit a lot of the stuff that's even been available recently.
How about this?
Jacob?
Everything's expensive as fuck. What's your guys' like? We probably got way too much on PO right now, but what's the one PO you're the most excited about of anything you have?
Yeah.
Morrigan from Prime One. I only have 3 pieces on order. I've got
let me
Morrigan.
Get that up.
Yeah. I've got Morrigan, the quarter scale from Prime One. That's the one I felt I like that one actually better than the Super Prime because I just want Morrigan. I like the look. I love the base. Like that one just spoke to me a lot more, and it's also like $1,000 less. That did not hurt. But and I'm big Morgan. I played more Darkstalkers in the 90s than I did Street Fighter. She's an absolutely gorgeous piece. However, I get because even in comparison to her original game look and stuff, like sprites and just that general character design from the artwork, this is a very specific take, like on the face and everything. The hair, the suit, the boobs, like the rest of it, very in line with her look. But this is kind of I got it. I think it's like $1,200.
That's not bad for that base, dude. And everything.
Yeah. I did not like in this particular with the face, like the facial art style they did. I don't like how Lilith came out. She looks really weird to me. But I think this piece is just this is to me it's a specific type to me, it's just like it's the perfect size and everything for me of this character. So I have not owned a set. I last owned any kind of statue of her, like I think 10 or 12 years ago. It's been a long time since I've owned. The only thing I have right now is I have a Kota Bikia. The only way, honestly, this could have been better to me is I kind of wish it was her in, because her quote player 2 colors are the colors of Lilith. That's what she normally will. That's her quote player 2 look. I actually like the red and outfit of Lilith on her a little bit better than her base normal like an outfit. But besides, she's the most thing I'm most interested in. I'm getting the deluxe version.
What's the deluxe version have that the other one?
Or sorry, not the bonus version. It comes with her name.
I know.
Yeah, kind of like how Jury in the Street Fighter line, Street Fighter 6 line, comes with their name and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's like a plaque, right?
Plaque. Yeah, it's a proximity piece you can put next to her.
Yeah.
I love the snakes and everything like that on her.
Do the candles light up?
No.
That's probably even better if they don't, to tell you the truth.
Yeah, honestly, I'm not the biggest fan of light up. I have light up like on my Hellbat, my quarter scale Hellbat for Prime 1 that I think I've turned on like 3 times.
1,200. I mean, that doesn't seem bad at all. I mean, the shipping will be like $400 from Prime 1, but
I'm getting her for Comic-Con. So
okay.
The estimated shipping was like $75, so it was within reason. I will never order from Prime 1 directly. You can forget about it. It's way too expensive for shipping.
It's too much. It's an extra $150.
For not for every statue I'm gonna get, but for Prime 1, if I'm gonna, which is primarily what I buy. Like Prime 1 is my main thing. Yeah. I love Jay. I love Anna and everything like that. But Prime 1 is always where I'm gonna probably look first. And then I know I'll see like on Wednesday next week some piece or something that makes me go, oops, I'm doomed. I'm already doing that. I've had 2. I had to finally just kind of put the Xeno Runner Alien out of my head. I like that to kind of give up on that piece. Yeah. But the only other things I have the Flashpoint Batman from Prime 1 on order. I got that as Spec Fiction after I worked with Todd so that I could cancel my order on the one XM piece I had for 3 years. He was very accommodating with that. And I pre-ordered because Flashpoint Batman was sold out everywhere. I couldn't I found it on Spec Fiction. I said, that is what I need because I've been really looking at that Batman for a while. So I got that quarter scale, but he's obviously going to be a much simpler piece to put together. Not like Harley Who Laughs, which was 40 pieces. That random Korean. I think that Harley Who Laughs is the best Harley ever made so far.
I've always said that.
It is a specific look for her. So I mean, it's from a cover. I mean that is the one thing I was going to keep. That version of Harley has appeared in the comics, but it wasn't until like a year or 2 or something like that after she was a cover design basically. And they've done that before. Prime 1 has taken cover design versions of characters and done stuff with them and just run with it. Like, I think that's probably how, like, Punchline probably was based a lot off how the popularity of her covers and everything and her look. Yeah. The only other piece, which is the most recent thing I did, which is, I think, earlier this month. I'd have to look it up again, or end of last month, was I did Dark Nihilus from Star Wars. I did the 5th scale version of him, like the quote statue version of him, because of the price point. I will not spend $1,000 on a sideshow piece. I don't think they're worth it. I just won't. That's the magic cutoff. I see that and I go no.
850 is like my limit with sideshow.
Yeah, no. But the other thing is because originally you guys, Marcus, you guys and stuff talk about it. If you were doing something, Jacob, at the time when that piece came out earlier this year, when they announced it, the 5th scale, like the special edition, whatever, that's the one I got, which was like, I don't know, $50 more or $25 more than the quote collector's edition. I hate these terminologies, but that came with an alternate sculpt for a different sculpt. Nihilus had been showing some like artwork and stuff, and it comes with red force lightning, like from both hands. And I was like, oh my god, that's cool. The red force lightning, gotta have that. So I looked at the premium format. The premium format, when announced, had neither of those. It had a light up lightsaber. I was literally like, who the fuck cares about the light up? I know some people do. I had Moff Gideon with the light up dark saber. Looked cool, but I don't really care about that at the end of the day. And I was just like, oh man, I was legitimately like, they're charging $1,000 for the premium format, and it doesn't have a switch out sculpt in the red lightning, because they wanted to keep that exclusive to the 5th scale people for them to buy it. The funny part is, when they finally posted up the final, production run, it's the exclusive vision of the 5th scale had the lowest number of all of them being produced. But I just decided to get the 5th scale matches nothing sidewise of anything else I own. All my other pieces are quarter scale or 3rd scale. It matches nothing. Now, Nihilus himself is like 22 inches tall, the 5th scale, or 21.9 or whatever, something like that. So the price point was like $675. I had a $20 coupon and I used some points. I think it was like $610 or something like you. I was like, that is a price point I'm willing to spend. And I wanted to have Nihilus. I'm getting the Hot Toy figure, but I don't think the Hot Toy figure looks as good as the statue. And I already know, I said, this Nihilus is probably not going to stay in my collection for a super long period of time. I'm going to own it probably for a while. It could be 6 months. It could be 6 years. I don't know, because it doesn't really match up with, and I am trying to mostly stay to Batman. That's just to keep, I know I've talked to Jacob. I'm doing maybe the Sauron, or I was looking at the Xeno Runner Alien, but I have a specific side as a one-off. Because I do like to have some live action stuff mixed in. I'm just not all comic. And Sauron is the one I really, really like, because he's here. But he's so big. My biggest hesitation, he's so big. Is he maybe a piece that's just a little bit, and I mean, I can't say I do small stuff. I mean, the Harley Laughs is monstrous with the base and everything. Like, maybe not as tall, but just all the stuff within and putting it together. But that Sauron is just so big. Do I like him? Do I want to pit? And you got Mark is going to have this when he's going to be dealing with the guts, or he had this when you had your Blackbeard. You can be left sometimes going like, do I want a piece that's this big?
Yeah.
Where I'm having to deal with it, especially if you have to move. I live in an apartment. Yeah. Marcos at least kind of lives in a house. I live in an apartment. So there is going to come a point, at some point, I'm going to have to move. So I already just go with the Harley who laughs, and I'm like, oh my God, I'm going to have to pack this up someday. Or even more so the Hellbat. I'm like, oh my God, I got to pack all this shit up even if it's like 6 years from now, I have to pack this up someday.
Yep.
So that Sauron, do I want to have to pack that up? Not even to sell. Don't even worry about that.
That Sauron piece would not be hard to pack up. I feel like it's to me a body.
2 boxes.
It's to me like a body, base, swap outs, like arms and maybe a head. The swap outs they have. It won't be.
I'm willing to bet that piece is going to be 20 to 35 pieces.
But the thing is, Lane, you don't understand. It's
not going to be a Vape versus Transformers thing.
What I'm saying, let me just say this: the Texas 1000 is 2 big boxes. Obviously, it's nothing compared to an anime piece, like even a normal anime piece.
I believe it.
That's what I'm saying.
I mean,
I'm not spoiled, but I'm definitely jaded, I guess you could say, on unboxing pieces. I'm my Gecko Moria I did, that was 75 pieces. 20 of them are just tiny little bats. It's hell on earth. So you saying Harley Who Laughs is bad, which it is pretty bad. Still,
that one was 42 pieces.
Yeah.
But I think I would just like to get the statue that's like the in between thing of. I mean, one of the things I decided not to get, because I really was considering that Megatron, the Overlord Megatron.
Yeah.
Which is kind of the concept or whatever. It's supposed to be the brother piece kind of to the Power Master Optimus Prime, but I love that Overlord Megatron. But then I just sat there and thought that thing's going to be 80 pieces to put together or something like that.
I already said 80,
I was like,
80 plus pieces, yeah.
Yeah, I just went, fuck. I'm not putting something like that together or have to take it apart. But, I mean, that's part of the thing with bigger statues. Bigger statues mean more pieces to have to worry about putting together.
Real quick, though, Jacob, your original question was the most excited PO you have. So what is that for you? Maybe give us the first two, 1, 2. What for you? And I'll bring it up.
Would probably be Jandy Daenerys and the Infinity Saruman bust.
Oh, that Saruman. That Saruman is going to be one of the most regretted not picked up pieces. Like 3 years from now.
That was the most excited I've been for a piece in a long time in years. I was really excited.
Let me correct my statement. 3 years after whenever the fuck it actually comes out.
True.
That piece might take a while with all that megaton beard to actually come out. But like 3 years after it's out and in people's hands it's long gone and stuff, people are gonna go, oops. I mean, it gives you something to strive for.
Lord of the Rings collectors are fucking weird. They're like, oh, that doesn't look like Christopher Lee. I'm like, are you guys looking at the same fucking statue? Like, that looks just like the motherfucker.
Yeah, it does. It's scary. Yeah. Like, I was like, I look, because that's kind of, because Christopher Lee, there is a reason a guy told him, like, like in the 50s and stuff when he was acting and he was like trying to get roles, and someone said, well, you just look like a bad guy. That's why he was always playing a bad guy or playing like Nazis or something like that. You just look evil.
He looked evil.
I know, but I just would like to see, if you think he looks scary like that, just imagine if someone does like a Hammer Studios Dracula bust of him someday. How terrifying that would look in comparison, even.
Now,
so, Jacob,
yeah.
What about this? My bad. What about this piece that you love to death? Like I just want to know your opinion.
Game of Thrones is my favorite fucking show. Like, when the last season ended, it put a bad taste in my mouth because I started watching Game of Thrones from episode 2 when they were like releasing them. And when that last season came out, man, dude, it put such bad taste in my mouth.
Man, it was bad.
Fuck you guys. This was my favorite show of all time. And it took me 2 years later. I'm like, I'm going to rewatch everything. I rewatched it again. I'm like, makes sense. It was rushed. I like this again. I've watched it since then, probably 3 times through. Still my favorite show. This face, it depends on the angle.
Yes.
Sometimes it's fucking there, sometimes it isn't.
So what I would say is this looks like a nurse I work with, if that makes sense. So it doesn't look like Amelia, but it looks like a nurse I work with. A very beautiful nurse I work with, but still, like, it's not 100% Daenerys. And for the price, you guys know me with JD. I said it earlier. It has to be perfect.
See, I thought the price was fucking good when you got all 3 dragons that are a third scale.
Sure, but at the same time, I love the concept though. I love the concept of the piece. Obviously,
my only was that they copied Prime Ones. Like, I had Prime Ones. I want another fucking version of this bitch.
Yes.
So,
like, how badass would it have been if they did like the?
Okay, go back to that picture. Go back one. Like, that looks like Amelia Clark to me. And even the one, but like,
definitely not the other one. It's like 8. It's like 90%. If that makes sense.
I would agree with that. It's about 90%.
I just want to see. We just need a Kit Harington, Jon Snow going that has voice talk saying "My Queen."
Now, here's the thing with these in hand, like Infinity Studios bust of her. I would think maybe 90% at most in hand until I saw Alan's review of her. And when I saw Alan's review of her with redoing the hair and all that, I'm like, dude, this bust is like 100% there. None of the other ones videos or pictures showed me that.
You're saying this could be deceiving.
So I'm hoping this is the same thing. But
I will say this though about J&D, they do get better in hand usually. So they do get better in hand usually for a prototype. They do. I don't know why they do that. Strategy is weird. Like prototype is good but not great, and then they come out with a great piece, in hand.
See, this one, I'm like, this is fucking good. I agree what Cypher said. He said from the front, straight on, it isn't quite there, but any other fucking angle it is. So, I mean,
okay.
I don't know. It is what it is. I was happy to throw my money at this fucking statue. I didn't think twice. And knowing that this one sold well, there's probably going to be a Jon Snow, hopefully more, I'm happy.
How if they were to go in, how deep would you want them to possibly go?
This is one of those, like, again, it's my favorite show. If they did 10 statues, I get all fucking 10 of them.
This piece.
Okay, but let me just say this. Hold on, guys. My bad. 3,900 right here versus like what 4,400 with the J&D piece, and you get if Infinity Studios comes out with this piece like 100% prototype wise, you get so much more with this piece compared to the other piece.
I agree 100%. No, this piece deal the fucking day, dude. This piece was such a good fucking price.
Dude, look at that.
A year and a half ago with the Palantir that fucking lights up. And you got, I'm like, this is going to be $5K minimum. I'm like, this is going to be $5,000.
39?
Yep.
With shipping from Todd on Spec Fiction. So
no, it's a great fucking deal, dude. Great fucking
deal. I think this piece is amazing. Like, I think it's just,
it has to be close to prototype though, 100%, like really close though.
This is my favorite Lord of the Rings piece ever made.
Ooh, whoa. That's a big one right there. Better than Weta pieces?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh,
but if this one comes out looking like the prototype, like Lane said, like
yes.
it's fucking perfect. Like Saruman's not even in my like top 5 characters, but this is like one of my favorite pieces ever made.
The mixed media on the clothing is so good.
Would this guy become your grail? I'm not going to say your total grail because that can change over time or other stuff and improvement. But for bust, would this guy possibly become your grail bust? I know. I'm just asking because you got like the life-size Sauron and other stuff like that.
So the life-size Sauron, I actually like my quarter scale Prime 1 better than the life-size Sauron.
Whoa. Jacob, great piece.
I would normally say like that. This guy's going to be like the Grail Lord of the Ring piece, probably.
I would say that until Infinity said, who knows with Infinity, but they said they were in the works with doing a Gandalf bust.
Which Gandalf, that version?
Oh, it's got to be Gandalf the Grey. You know what I mean? It's got to be Gandalf the Grey. So if they do that, I mean, that one will be the best. But for bust-wise, like, this and the Natiri bust are some of the best busts I've ever seen.
Yeah.
The Natiri is gorgeous.
Yeah, it's great.
I just hope this one does not come out looking kind of with the issues like the Harley Quinn Suicide Squad.
Oh, that one is so bad, dude. So bad. And I love Matt Harden and I love Jimmy, but they love that Infinity Bale. I'm like, oh, it's so bad to me too. The hair is awful. The details on the face, the skin looks fake. You know what I'm saying?
But if they match this to the prototype, this will be their best bust they've ever made.
For sure.
I think if they can get this one 90%, it'll be fantastic. Like, but it's got to be. But they need to take their time and like it's got to look.
95% is the least you can go with on this. Like you have to be right there.
He got to be Christopher Lee without problem.
I hope
the hair on this beard got to work.
Because again, he's dead, but he was one of the few people on the movies that loved Lord of the Rings.
No, he was a huge fan. Fan.
So this is the least
they about when he met Tolkien when Tolkien was alive.
Yep.
But him and Jackson had a lot of issues with like the source material. Like they were battling it out. Obviously, for you guys saw the mischaracterization of the his death.
He I remember hearing about that.
Yeah, we all
when
know.
Jackson would talk about like, well, he gets stabbed from behind. Well, no, he's like he wanted crap. Well, you know what actually it sounds like when someone gets stabbed from behind. They go
No,
like
because he was like a secret agent, dude.
Yeah, well, no, that's what he said because I know because I've heard the sound of when someone gets it done. I did when you stab someone from behind, so I know what it sounds like. And he was like, "Oh, okay, well, we'll do that."
No, but that piece more excited about than Prime 1 Cave Troll, more excited about than the new Masters Collection from Weta to get in hand. That one's my favorite.
Well, I mean, I get where some people are really like just the scale and size, kind of like that cave troll. But at the end of the day, I'm like, that's a fucking cave troll of Moria, and this is fucking
It doesn't matter.
Saruman.
If you're a Lord of the Rings collector for that price, get that fucking piece, dude. Like,
yeah,
there's no bitching about it.
I mean, if you got to make your choose between one, I'm like, you got to go fucking get Saruman, man. Like that's like easy mode choice.
I've seen a corner scale cave troll in person. It's pretty fucking cool.
I think I might know if they finally if they put it out. I do think I know what could become one of your main things is if that quarter scale tree beard comes out.
True.
That's really cool. Which relates to I think we might actually see that tree beard actually next week.
The 6-scale tree beard is one of my favorite pieces I have. So yeah, the quarter scale will probably be up there too.
We might just be going like how tall it is, and that might be the only thing that might give you pause for a second.
And there we go. I don't think it's strategy, Marcos. Talking about J&D, I'm guessing. It just they improve after the prototype, which it's still annoying though. Like your prototype should be like the best version of that piece, in my opinion. It gets annoying that J&D does that. It feels like I don't know. For me, it just feels like they're throwing something out half-ass, or maybe like they don't understand it's not a good piece sometimes, and then they come up with a better piece, which is good for people because in hand is more important than prototype. But I would say J&D Khaleesi is the best one on the market. Yeah, I can't argue with that for sure. I think that it's better than Prime 1 as well. The 101 bucks from Infinity, we'll see. Obviously, compared to the 1/3 J&D. We know Marcos. They try to do the best version. It gets feedback. I get that. No, Cypher, I get that. But at the same time, your professional company, your prototype should be the best version of that piece, in my opinion. So that's just me. Yeah. So for me though,
these best pieces. What do you think their best pieces?
J&D. As of right now, I think the Reeves Superman is definitely top tier. And I want to see the guts in hand, but I think prototype-wise, that guts in hand is the guts prototype is the best piece that they've ever done.
I think it's that Asian bitch sitting on that desk. I have no idea.
Madame, whatever her name is, yeah.
No idea. That piece, I'm like, holy fuck, dude. This one's really fucking good.
They treat their Korean IPs very good. They do 100%. So I'm all for that. Like, give me Parasite, give me Man from Nowhere, give me I Saw the Devil, give me all that shit. Give me The Wailing. Come on, I love Korean movies. So J&D, please do all that shit. So for me though, I guess for me, the last thing we're talking about, we're almost 2 hours 30 minutes in. Me and Lane were talking about this piece all day today. So for me, my pre-orders, not my most anticipated piece. I want to show you guys this piece because I think it's awesome. It's a custom piece, a live wire piece. Yeah, I love this piece. So
I like you use that particular hand switch outs there.
Yeah, exactly.
It feels appropriate
I'm going all
to
in
our audience.
Batman villains and Superman villains. This one custom group is going all in on Superman villains, so they're doing live wire, man. Like no one's doing fucking live wire, which I love. They're doing it. You get a lot of switch outs with this piece. The only issue is there's no light up feature with this piece. He doesn't do light up features, which is that's their company, but still I think the pieces look great. Obviously got cake right there. I love that shit. You know, if you're doing a female, you gotta do some cake, bro. I'm sorry to say, you gotta do some cake. I like the base though, with the whole the power.
I think they talked about they might be doing like Silver Banshee and everything eventually. Jimmy Olsen's current girlfriend of all things.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I saw this live wire and was like, oh wow, actually that looks really, really nice. They nailed it. It's a nice kind of cross fusion of obviously from the old Bruce Timm Superman animated series, but also definitely combines some of how she was then when she was introduced into the DC Comics proper and everything, like kind of a combination of both of her looks. But I like this. I love that Superman insignia being made with her lightning and stuff. That would be like one of the ones I would definitely use. I'm not as crazy with like the electric chair kind of thing and everything. That to me is a little weird because she was not in an electric chair when she became Livewire.
Yeah.
Besides that, maybe that particular choice, I kind of go, but otherwise, though, I think they really nailed her look, costume, and you kind of get an like ultimate like kind of artist interpretation, taking all of her different styles and everything and making it into something really entertaining and should be a great piece. Especially like you said, if you like the almost not unless it's like I don't know, unless it's like Lex Luthor or fucking Doomsday, you almost never get any Superman villains made.
Yeah.
Doesn't the base look small though, like height wise?
Height wise, no, I think the base looks fine, man. Honestly, for me, this everything I needed in the live wire piece, cake, good looking face. You know, I like it a lot. So I don't know. So that's one piece I would say that I'm looking for. Me, like I said, me and Lane were talking about that like all week this week, and then obviously the most anticipated piece I have coming in is this piece, and we kind of talked about it earlier. Give me 2 seconds. 1 second, and hopefully. God, it takes forever to find a piece on Facebook. It really does. But this piece right here, and Jacob, you called it out earlier, and this is my most anticipated piece of this year. I'm gonna take a shot right when I pull it up because it's fucking awesome, and I love it so much. You guys see it?
Yes.
Oh yeah, so it's a Casca and Guts.
Yes.
From,
I love this piece, dude.
Godsend.
This is the best.
Cool looking.
This is the best Berserk piece in my opinion, dude.
Me too. I think the same thing, 100%.
It looks like it's straight from the fucking anime, dude. No, the colors and everything, and this is the scene. I haven't seen Berserk forever, but this is the part I remember more than anything. It's like, oh man,
look at that, and it lights up too, Jacob. Just so you know, like the god hand, and everything in the back would light up. So
this piece is so fucking good.
No, it's so fucking good, dude. It's so awesome. I love this piece so much, dude. Like I'm a fucking moron. I hate that I like Berserk, so I'm getting all this shit. So I love that the fact that you get. So for me, what I'm doing with my Berserk like area, I'm gonna a little whole section in my little anime area. I'm gonna do a. So this is 1/4, obviously 1/4 Casca Guts, and then I'm gonna do a 1-to-1 bust, which is either gonna be the Sume piece or the Prime 1 piece that they teased. And
they have to show that this week. They have to.
They have to, 100%. And then I'm gonna get the 1/3, obviously J&D piece. So I'm getting the best every scale, like best 1/3.
That's what you need. No, then you're done.
Best 1/1, and like I said, I was on Godlike Statue last night, and they don't understand. Like Sume art does better anime pieces than Prime 1.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I'm 100% waiting on what Prime 1 does because like I mean, Sumi does, because I heard they're gonna do a 1-to-1 bust of Guts in like the same format as the Luffy bust. So I'm waiting on that. Like, if it's better, if it's not better, I'll get the Prime one. If it's better than the Prime one, I'm gonna get the Sumi one. So, no, I'm getting 1-to-1. I'm getting 1/3. I'm getting 1/4, and I may get a 1/6. We will see of Guts. So I'm getting all Guts, like, in every form, every scene that's very memorable. So I love that. But this piece for sure, for me, 100% most anticipated piece right here. So can't wait.
I love that piece.
It's awesome.
I PO'd that too, and it goes not with any of my other shit, and I didn't give a fuck. I'm like, this is a work of art. This piece.
Yeah.
Is it?
Layla, what is it?
Is Alan getting that piece too?
Man, I can't. God, hiccups. Alan, I think he wants it. I don't think he has on order yet, though. That's the only thing. So I don't know.
This piece, I don't know why. I think it's a color scheme, but it reminds me of Prime One's Doom statue they had. And that's one of my favorite ones, too. That Doom statue is fucking badass as fuck. But, no, the shading on all this, it looks perfectly cel-shaded.
They did the cel shading, too, 100% on the bodies of Guts and Casca.
Yep.
Oh, shit. My bad, Lane. My bad. I didn't know you're... my bad, Lane. I did not know. I'm focused on this. There we go. My bad, Lane. My bad.
You are such a silly goose.
Lane, you're the one that left the fucking show, so don't blame me.
I've been sitting here for 5 minutes going, I'm back. I'm in the backstage.
You never said that. But Lane, what do you think about this piece, man?
Oh, I think it's a gorgeous piece. Not something I would get. Just because, for the simple fact, I cannot have a naked lady displayed when my parents are going to come to visit.
Yeah.
Well, it's better than a naked guy, Lane. So
that's way better, 100%. Yeah. And you get both. But the thing is, Jacob, you get both the naked guy and the naked lady in this piece. So yeah, there we go.
True. It evens out then. It's nothing.
But so Lane, you like this piece a lot though, like with the whole concept and the paint job and everything.
Yeah, no, it came out looking really good. I love that thing because you just get an idea how massive it is.
It's ginormous.
Yeah, it's going to be a really great piece. Just in the last couple of years, if you think about it, if you had that bust, the Prime One life-size bust, and you were getting that third scale J&D, you would have like that. Because with the bust, you get all the main good characters pretty much, all centered on there. You get the full kind of the actual Berserk armor, and then with this you can kind of get maybe the most well-known moment with the God's Hand and the entire Demon Sacrifice and the Band of the Hawk and Femto and all that stuff happening basically.
I only have one more payment on this one too. I was just looking this up. One more payment just on shipment.
You have this one order, Jacob?
Yeah.
Oh, dude, I didn't know you had this on order. Fucking congrats, dude. Let's go.
This is the only Berserk one I fucking need.
Yeah, dude, I have another $100 on this order too. Obviously shipping. But
well, it's good. It's good both of you don't have the fucking T800s on order because you'll be, earliest now you're looking at December 2026 or something like that.
Is that what it is?
I think so. On Prime One's website, it was pushed back because of the supposed issues between Prime One and Blitzway.
Remember how if I had those on orders, I would have canceled them and just got the Queen Studios bus and been done with the whole Terminator thing?
I don't know.
Okay, I guess they're saying quarter 1, 2020. They're saying quarter 1 to quarter 4, 2026. So they're getting them all of 2026. I mean, I know the endoskeleton's coming out. I just pulled on the clean T800 hot toy figure because they just all were finally just kind of released, and then all started going out of stock. All three, the Battle Damage, the Clean, and then the T1000. So I had to pull the trigger.
Random Korean's not wrong here. I thought this when I PO'd this piece, how having all the God hands around this would make it perfect.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Having Void and Slon, and I can never remember all the stupid guys. The little fat flying guy who looks like he's from fucking... Well, I remember Slon, but no, the fat flying big-headed guy who is comes with her like the statue. Yeah. But yeah, no, that guy, I just was like, nope, don't remember him. I was like, I most remember Slon because she was he was a Godzilla size fucking succubus.
Yep.
I was like, who's the God Hand member ever? But definitely the naked succubus who was 300 feet tall. That's what everybody remembers, especially since, she basically like become obsessed with guts. Wants him to become a God's hand too.
Hey,
which is probably what he's going to become.
Lane said, I love that Lane said I'll be on for maybe an hour. It's been 2 hours and 30 minutes. So I love that Lane said that.
Yeah, Marcos, you got that addictive personality. What can I say? I have to wait for how many times you're going to be wrong in one stream.
I'm always right, so it doesn't matter.
I don't know when he's been wrong tonight, to tell you the truth, Lane.
Thank you, Jacob. Thank you.
Jacob, what I have but two responses. First is, what you talking about, Willis? And second off, it's like, don't encourage him.
I'm not encouraging him. I'm telling him he ain't wrong right now. He ain't wrong.
There we go. But guys, I think it's time to call it quits. It's 2 hours, 30 minutes. Love everybody that's here, obviously, that joined the show, chat, obviously on the show. Thank you so much, obviously, for joining. And we talked a lot of dumb shit for sure. So I stayed, with it. Obviously, it's huge for us. So thank you so much. Lane, do you have something to say?
No, I just wanted to thank everybody joining us tonight. It was a blast to be with you guys.
Yeah.
Some people sat through my fan fiction for about 15, 20 minutes. So that was always appreciated. And not everybody ran off. So that's always a plus. Us talking, we spent half an hour talking about everybody's favorite Star Wars movies of all time. How could you not? We knew how to keep the audience just locked in.
Yeah, 100%. And then, Jacob, you have anything to say or no?
No. Next week, spooky season. That's what I'm fucking talking about.
Yeah. Well, everybody make sure on Godlike that you do check out Wednesday, 4 o'clock Central Time, 5 o'clock Eastern Time. Jimmy will be on. And I'm not sure who exactly everybody who will be with him, but they will be on discussing and watching the showcase live at the worst possible time for anybody in the United States otherwise, pretty much. And then have plenty of reaction to that. And then we'll see. William was unable to join us tonight because he was very, very busy with work. Hopefully we'll have some. I think as he mentioned last week, I think that should be having a statue, a fan art custom statue for unboxing soon. And then we'll be all back here. Jacob, hey man, thank you very much for joining us tonight. It was
fun. Always a blast.
But everybody, thank you very much. Mr. Marcos, you led the stream tonight very well, sir. Much appreciated as well.
Thank you
for helping us, giving plenty of free reign without letting us completely run amok for 4 hours.
100%. I'm on 12 shots. There we go. So there we go.
Hey guys, thank you very much for all joining us. And hey, next week, just be ready because you might be having a lot of stuff coming. Realizing that into 2026, a lot of stuff might be coming for your wallet.
100%.
That wasn't already there already. You guys have a fantastic one.
Love you guys. Peace.
Take care. make bad choices. And Marcos Putnam.
He's still alive.
Marcos, you goof.
Let me message him.
I don't know why it just kicked me out for some reason, but there we go. It was a good show, man. Like, fuck, we just had fun, dude. Like,
hey, you're still live.
Are we still live?
Yes, you didn't turn us off, goof.
Carry on.